It's something. It's
That's
something.
better than what you used to do.
Hello and welcome
Hey.
back. We're going right back into it. Dice of Ages, CrestVahllen, Argent Flame. I have a question for Thraz as he sleeps, just as we come back from them disappearing from Osfer and Bass disappearing. Does Thraz want to stay here?
Well, right now, yes, because
We have
he has one of my eyes.
Mm.
He has
Okay,
my eye.
cool. Do you sleep tonight? You don't have to. Do you want to?
No.
Okay. So then, while they're sleeping, what are you doing? If I'm correct, right, you don't have to sleep.
No, yeah, I don't. Not for, it takes 48 hours
Yeah,
before I
you're
have
good.
to sleep.
Okay.
You can be fully active. You can do whatever you want. You have like 8 hours while no one else, perhaps other than perhaps Shade, is like, every once in a while checking in. She does get a long rest, but she has some other, mutant bullshit.
I'm totally exploring, like, Shade's domicile, like, opening doors and checking things out and looking for anything that's, unique.
Cool.
And
I think instinctually you get the sense that this is a little bit of a projection of her psyche.
yeah.
Just, because indoctrination, it's kind of like someone being indoctrinated into a certain belief and then either by themselves or someone else having an avenue to pull themselves out of it and have just the beginnings of what it is like to be removed from that and how they view themselves in this moment.
Are there some, like, paths in here that are so convoluted that they like, make no sense and everything like that?
So many. I will say it's not that type of magic thing where if you keep taking a left turn or like going a different way where you feel like you definitely have not gone in a cyclical pattern, but you still end up back where you were. That doesn't happen. There's no like fey bullshit, like weird magic thing. It's like synapses. They just keep going. And so it's hard to
Fractals.
yeah, it's fractal. It just keeps going.
They
It keeps
repeat,
splitting and
repeat,
keeps splitting and
repeat,
keeps
repeat.
splitting. There are a couple things that you come across.
Actually, with you saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe I find a couple that have collapsed and new synapses are taken
Sure.
over too.
So why don't you give me 2 examples of perhaps something that you would be looking for, and then I'll have you roll for something to see if you find these types of things. Like, what's the purpose of your jaunt? Why did you stay up?
Mostly because these are new people and, just like the Shade said, trust is earned. Haven't quite gotten to that point yet.
Okay. So are you spending most of your time watching over them, or are you
Yeah,
exploring?
like I would. One of the things I would be doing is I would be walking by wherever they're staying and actually looking
Okay,
at them
cool.
and kind of analyzing what's
So you
going
do
on.
like prod the perimeter, come back, prod the perimeter, come back, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you do that. What is there anything you're particularly looking for, or something like what type of thing would catch your eye?
Well, honestly, one thing that Thraz would probably be doing is constantly circling back towards his room to see if potentially he had pulled out the...
Zemdak walked into the first door and like curled up along the wall, like right inside the very
And just had
entrance to
Word
this
just
space.
squat there and like.
No,
No, where's with Shade?
Shade controls
Oh,
Word
right.
at the moment.
Right. Look at that. Already
So
going.
yeah, like I'm staying close. Like I walked into her domain, camped out like right next to the door, just like curled up into a ball right next to it.
If I'm not mistaken, most of you all are on the immediate vicinity of each other, whether it be
He's got a piece of my collection, so he's one of the things that I'm constantly circling back to check on.
So more specifically, while you are prodding the perimeter of
Yeah.
their psyche or their domicile, is there anything that you are specifically looking for, or anything you're keeping your eyes out for, whatever might pique your interest?
Not that I can think of off the top of my
Okay.
head right this second.
So then I'll say roll just a basic perception check for me. Although you're in a different existence of space, in people's minds or in across time are as much your ballywhack as more of the not pan-dimensional, more trans-dimensional.
Right. 16.
16. I think you see when the stone tiles start to become not stone but tile. Grout within them. And not a type of grout that is new, but like aged grout. Has dirt and dust between it as you see like tile, and it appears to be a bit in like a concentric pattern, where each square of perhaps like 10 by 10 feet has perhaps a different color, a green tile in the center, and then it begins to whirl out in green of tiles until it hits the border, and it continues as such as this stone elides into this tile. So much so where you've been walking along, and it's not until about 3 minutes after which your feet and your plodding footwear have been hitting this tile that you realize that they're creating a different sound from the stone. And you've been mostly looking right because that's more of the outside, the outer perimeter of where the center of where other people have been staying and the rest of the group has, is which you're trying to just do a bit of a spiral pattern. And so you've just for a short time neglected the left, and in this short time you finally glance left and you see that the bars have gone. There's no more bars. As far as you can see, perhaps in the darkness, maybe at the perimeter, as if it were a tree line in the distance, you can see some of the bars. And but the rest of it has been replaced by walls of wood and stone with boards of wood with parchment tacked onto them by steel nails and spikes, as it goes on to glass windows that see into what looks like suites of beds, hospital beds, cushions made of cotton and straw, and many people, orderlies moving about, the ephemeral, kind of ethereal version of orderlies. And the reason why you realize that these look like this, because these would be just motes of ripples and scars, or perhaps like the wakes of existences. They're like they don't exist anymore, but it's just kind of the what's left over, the echo of existences. Yeah. But for you, because you're so familiar with the dimensions, you can see then the translucent, yet along the edges more glowing because of how light works. Along the edges of something, it looks more like that color, like more of a blue and white type thing. But as close as you get to the center, it becomes more transparent. This kind of gestalt, ghostly pattern of the humanoid forms of these people, orderlies moving about, fluffing pillows, checking temperatures with mercury thermometers, moving about. And this is a hospital. You're walking through a hospital. There's a hospital in her mind, and it's like ethereal in a way. The walls are solid, but the period, the people, the echoes, the memories, whatever they may be, are here. I think that there is a moment where you feel not like the memory is fading, or not like the image is fading, but that it's becoming, as you're familiar with how psyche spaces is just as well as you are, Mekel. Are you asleep right now? Did you have a long rest?
Yeah.
Okay, you have the same, so your dream is what's happening to him right now. Everything that he's experiencing, you are experiencing like a third person removed narrator style as him. And you're just dreaming in this space. You get that feeling when this is happening, as you see Thraz moving down the hallway and all this like hospital stuff. So this is really familiar, but in a weird symbolic way.
Can I jump in?
Would you like to try?
Yeah.
Do you want to like break the fourth wall type of jump in, like to actually interfere in what's going on, or more of like?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. So this is not
break
an
the
easy
world.
thing to do because it's the first time you tried to do something like this, and the only person who's actually really skilled at this is this one over here, who literally can materialize stuff that happens in their dreams. Speaking of which, I need you to roll because you long
I
rested.
was about to ask, yeah.
Because all this stuff could be happening at the same time. Yo, why did I make this so complicated?
Because you thought it sounded like a cool idea at the time.
Exactly. That's the reason. That's the fucking reason.
I also had my vision during this rest.
Right, but that was a separate vision. That was about what you had saw. You remember what you saw, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Cool.
don't know if.
Yeah.
So these are just luck rolls, right? I don't add anything to these.
No,
They're
nothing
just
to
luck
this.
rolls. 10.
10, right down the middle. You are a leaf on the wind. You shall soar how the current moves. And therefore, I believe you are, if there was a possible to be removed more than the fourth dimension of narrator, you would also be so. It's almost like you're looking at the dream through a viewfinder. It's like all this peripheral is blocked and you can only see this much. You feel that much more root, but you do witness what this is happening. There are people dreaming around you in like, you are very familiar with how much dimensions, dreams, different planes, different scapes have permeated this campaign. The more layers, the harder it is, but there's a lot of stuff going on. What's up?
Can I use? And I realize this is.
What did you
gonna-
get, by the way? I'm so sorry.
You didn't ask me anything. You didn't ask me to roll
To
anything.
I didn't ask you to roll?
No, you
I'm
didn't.
so sorry.
You
I
said he
think
was
this
going to
would
need to
be-
roll. But
Yeah.
I thought you did.
I'm going to have you do a luck check. Same thing with log. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Instead of breaking into his dream, can I? So I see his image, or I'm watching him dreaming, so to speak.
Yeah, I think you would with no possibility be aware of a log that's watching.
Right,
Because
right.
they're in a different type of room.
Can I?
And I'm not dreaming. I'm awake.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you are both dreaming and viewing. Like, you're viewing as a movie. You're viewing it as like your ghost floating above in the ceiling type of thing. But it is what's actually happening to what you are doing within Shade's domicile.
Okay, so yeah, I'll try to, I guess, project into what he's doing, not realizing that it's one step beyond, so to speak. So I'm dreaming. I'm going to try to break into the vision that I see him.
You want to like be a passenger in his like ocular cavity? That type of
No,
thing?
as in I want to become an actor in the scene.
You want to be an inserted role.
Yeah.
Being like, I belong here. I'm playing along.
Right. So to speak.
Very absolutely roll a luck check. Who? See what happens here.
14.
14.
19 if you cause my wisdom to go in there.
No, this is just straight roll. I think you do feel the opportunity to do so, but if we want to put this in like actor,
Do I notice
theater,
him?
like as soon as I'm you'll wait a second. You'll see. You pretty much will see everything that happens.
Can I help him? Can I give him an extra roll?
This is not.
Can you shove him?
Hold on. You realize that because of what's happening, your capabilities, whether you are helped or not, are limited by a very minor role. And that could be possibly the scatter, or perhaps the nature around it, like the wildlife. So you feel like you could enter a role as the rat that passes behind the camera during a certain scene. That type of thing. You could enter and control perhaps the body of a rat and watch everything more more like first person. But
Can I control the rat? Or
you
just
could fully control the rat, yeah, for sure.
okay.
Can't promise you that that Thraz is going to like care about a rat constantly
he will.
squeaking at them. But probably yeah.
I will. I'll hop into the.
And that's one of the reasons why I don't think you can help with this. It's more of just like what it's like. We've got this left. You can be the rat. You could be the tree. You know, like.
So I'll hop into the rat
I don't think Log could stand it.
and
It's a high school production. Sorry.
Oh, you could have asked. I still wouldn't
No,
have gotten
I
you
don't
one,
want
but
to
it's
say
cool.
that. You're good.
I will, instead of the rat shitter or whatever, they make whistle noises and stuff like
Sure.
that. They can. I will hop up onto something that's reasonably close to him.
We'll get to you actually controlling
Oh,
them in a second.
okay.
Sorry. But just as far as like, that's what's happening.
Okay.
If you want, do you want to enter the rat?
Sure.
Okay. You enter the scene as rat number 3.
Okay.
Wonderful.
We're
So,
the other 2 rats.
The Rat King.
Number 3.
You're an understudy. You hell if you know. You just know your lines.
Squeak, squeak.
Squeak, squeak. Squeaker, squeaking, squeaking, squeak, squeak.
So, what do you do, Thras, as you see all this around you? Because at the moment, both of you are just observers. I believe the only person that would be able to interrupt would be you in a very minor capacity. If you want to force yourself to wake up, you can, and then it possibly cast the like spell dream, but then there's a bunch of other stuff that happens when that happens. So, entirely up to you.
What am I noticing about these like these ghosts, these memories, these patients? That like, is there anything really specific besides?
They know what they're doing. That's about it. They know what they're doing. It appears to be a little bit more advanced than what you're used to out in the boonies. That's about it. Do you keep going?
Oh yeah, I keep looking as I go deeper. I'm
as-
trying to understand the shade since she and I.
You said you were keeping your eye out. One of the things that pops your mind is a maternity ward. Not where the infants are kept, but where the births happen. And you do not hear the screams, but you do realize the closer you get to this area, the deafening silence becomes extremely loud. You do see now the walls have dropped away and fallen into ruin and dust. But the actual theater where this is happening, help me with this term, I can't believe I can't remember this. The, not the maternity ward, but
Operating theater?
yeah, like it's kind of, well, they're not doing a C-section, but it's just one room dedicated to the birth of a child.
The delivery room.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a but there's a bit of a, it's not.
But that's.
Yeah, I
You could
guess.
do the whole process.
Are you talking about like royal 1700s like that? Type
No,
of,
no. It's more of a modern
Are you
hospital.
talking about like a
I'd say
birthing
like
suite or?
it's
There
more of
you
like a
go.
birthing suite, I'll say, because it's still a hospital. But there's many people there. There's a lot of doulas, nurses, everything like dedicated to making sure this is happening. And I'm so sorry, I can't come with the word. I could be making this up. It could be a fever dream that I had. But
I think it is.
But the image is that of the woman that is having all these that is the focus of all of the activity here, is, as far as you can tell, is a woman. Is not on a bed, but is sprawled out on the floor from the waist down. It looks like the skin of her legs has been flayed to blossom like a flower, like petals undoing. No bone, no anything, but just a bunch of perhaps intestines and creeping veins and just other viscera that appears to be connected, cartilaginous and not bone or muscles, perhaps a lot of muscle. Kind of octopus style, but not anywhere near as symmetrical or succinct. And the flesh just opens, gory style. The abdomen and near the ovum and
uterus,
the navel.
not ovum.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Is
The,
egg.
the navel is. What did I say?
Ovum.
Ovum. You keep saying ovum,
I
but
keep saying ovum.
Uterus.
uterus.
Why do I think ovum instead of navel? I mean, I've
Ovum's
been meaning to say
an
navel.
egg.
Don't say navel either. That's not the.
But
That's
like no,
the belly
because the
button.
actual
They're
from the center of the rib cage all the way down
So from the
to the
sternum.
pelvic bone has been split open.
Yeah.
So like the navel is like the center point for far as I'm understanding. Like the navel is open. The whole thing. It's not C-sectioned. It's like the rib cage spread all the way down to the hip bones and then cracked all the way open. That's the kind of.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
She's
if I
like
haven't been describing
bifurcated,
this.
yeah.
What is
Blade.
ovum then? What is an
It's an egg.
It's
The
part of an egg.
Right? Yeah, it's at the egg.
Just an egg.
Why
Just
the
a
fuck am I
single
saying
egg.
ovum?
Unfertilized.
So sorry. I had like apparently
was
like
just
a
thinking,
word
yeah.
dysphoria.
Yeah, I know.
With
I
and
just-
like
So
you
does
know,
Mekel. It's fine.
I meant to say navel this
saying
whole time because the
sternum
navel
to
was
pubis.
It's all right.
split.
We
Yeah.
Yeah.
understood what you meant.
Anyway, you see this person on the floor, no bed in sight, but everybody like doting and make sure everything's okay. Can't get the descriptions of these people. There is in the background what looks like across an entire wall, hundreds if not thousands of gallons of like a aquarium, of like more of a sea foam liquid, kind of like tank. It doesn't look like fresh water or salt water. It looks like something else, but it is there. And this female, as far as you can tell, individual, just only from just the paternal activity that they seem to be going through and whatnot, they appear to have some
Yeah,
sort of
maternal.
memories. I'm sorry,
Maternal.
Maternal, not paternal.
I said maternal.
You said paternal.
Oh my god, I'm having massive word dysphoria. I'm so sorry. I swore I said maternal. Anyway, they appear to be holding an infant that is still attached by not just one, but like 7 different umbilical cords under that blossom under their waist, and it is bloody, it is gory, it is disturbing, it is beautiful, but at the same time makes you feel you're not sure, like agnothesia, just not understanding exactly how you feel. And I think the last is what you hear, just the humming of this tune is the only thing that pierces the loud silence.
All right. Can I interject
Yeah.
at this point?
You're a little rat, yeah?
Yep. Oh, no. I've learned how to control certain things. So what I would like to do is, and you can let me know if I can do this.
Okay.
So I have an ability called Song of Rest, which normally gives people
I understand.
additional.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
As the rat, I want to start mimicking that humming in tones that basically singing as a rat, but I want to reach out and grab the other sleepers and pull them in.
Other
You know they're
sleepers.
theirs.
The other sleepers around
don't.
me. Those other people that are sleeping.
Ah.
Song of Rest.
Do you know?
Cool.
I'm just saying
That's dope as shit. Yeah, cool. Go ahead and roll a luck check. I'll say that get higher than a 10, you can rope Log in. And as a Dreamweaver, he could possibly pull some shenanigans. Get a 20 or above, and you can, or I'm
Luck
sorry,
check?
a 15 or above, and you can start roping.
I got a
in.
13, so I'll
13.
pull in the
You can
first
pull in
presence
Log.
that I can feel would probably be yours then.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep playing and trying to use the but if I'm seeing that he's trying to
You see like this rat like come to the camera and bite it, and you're like, ow. And you feel like, ow, ow, as like they're pulling at your beard as they start to pull you in, you feel yourself just sucked through the fourth wall.
if he decides to do anything that would benefit from my inspiration, the bardic inspiration, I will then give it to him.
To Log?
Yeah.
Yeah, you may.
I mean, I immediately turn to a cat and try to go after this fucking rat.
Can he turn into a cat?
Yeah.
He's a Dreamweaver. He can do whatever the
Oh.
fuck he wants in dreams.
As long as he's asleep, he can do whatever he
Yeah,
wants.
he's like God and when it comes to dreams. Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
This isn't going to go well.
Nope.
That's not good. So this would this be unarmed? What would
Everybody has
be
proficiency with
proficiency?
arms, so you can roll.
You're
I
a
mean,
cat.
it's a cat. I don't want to look up cat stats. Just add like a +2.
5?
Just add a total of like
I have an
+4
AC
to whatever
of
it is, because
106.
2 dexterity and 2 proficiency. I don't care. Yeah. What did you get? Just tell me what you got on the die.
Well, right now we have a +4 proficiency, so if I'm adding either strength or dex,
Just tell me what you got on the die, and I'll do the math.
7.
7. There's no way a
Potentially
rat.
+6.
There's no way a rat has a higher AC than 10, so you can
Yeah.
hit the rat if you want to hit the rat.
Do I know that it's Mekel?
I'm
Roll an
definitely
insight check.
chittering not
He's
like a rat
singing.
would chitter. I'm continually like singing during this, so
19 on the die. I don't think I have anything
You
on
probably
insight.
pounce on it, and there's like, what the fuck, my dude,
I just
or
smack
whatever,
it.
or whatever you say. Sure.
well, I don't say anything. I'm a rat.
I just smack it.
Whatever you think.
Yeah, I don't give him bardic inspiration. for
Okay,
that.
cool. So moving forward,
So yeah, I continue trying to. I will continue trying to pull other people in. Like I'll run forward, still singing,
to
trying
save
to
you some time, you feel like you've expended as much of the energy you can, like, do to
Just
that.
pulling him
with
in?
him in. Like, you're an actor in the play now, and you've roped one person into it.
Okay.
That's about
Can
as much as you can do.
I?
You got your one audience participant, man.
Right.
And I just
right.
roam around as a cat for the duration.
Sure.
Because why not?
The scene is kind of unfolding before you. The infant is carefully, but in a brutalesque manner, also with those like iron shears that are only kept apart because of the way the iron is bent, and they just have that flex. These shears are cut all of the connections, the organic connections from the infant to the person. There's blood everywhere, and then the infant is taken off into a place that fades away from the knowledge of what is happening here, as a bunch of these spiritual gestalt perimeters of people pick up this and appear to be trying to put them back into the tank as the hospital fades and turns into a much different type of venue. Not necessarily like tiles, but stone, clean stone, worked stone, jars on shelves, and more of apothecaric rather than hospital style.
I would like to, as the rat, is there a reflective surface in this new environment?
I would say like the glass that's holding in the liquid in the tank.
I
would
would
probably
like
be
to
somewhat
see if I
reflective.
can find the reflection of the viewer, the original viewer of these memories.
Thraz.
No,
Right,
no, no.
this-
As
well,
in
no, this is all happening to Thraz. Thraz is watching this unfold.
the imaging that he's seeing,
Mm-hmm.
the memory is from a certain perspective. I wanted to look in any of the reflecting surfaces
And see if
to
you can see
who-
Thraz.
No, and see who, and see whose original memories they were.
You're in
Ah,
a physical space.
Because everyone is in still third or fourth person.
Right.
You got it.
I'm trying. It's a weird sort of mental
That's
sort of.
tough. Thraz, what are you doing?
Honestly,
Or are you
Thraz
just
is
watching?
Thraz is just watching, but he's also like looking, trying to see deep into the liquid.
She
and
does
stuff.
appear to be like she's a horned devil folk, like Ibkest type individual that does have their body open.
This was a room he walked into.
He was walking by, like, just down the hallway,
Right.
keep going corridor,
is-
and one of the rooms to his left, all the cells in, like, a 40-foot square area just
This
dissolved
is in
into-
Shade's demiplane. You walked into a space, and
beside, but yes,
you two are seeing this as a dream.
as if you were front row to a play, and this
Well,
was
I
the stage.
was, and then I
Yeah.
projected myself into it.
So, Thraz is just watching then.
Yeah, Thraz is watching all this unfold. He's trying to get a sense of what he's seeing and kind of trying to understand what he's seeing too.
Roll a history check. What did you get?
On what?
For the you said you want. I'm sorry.
Perception.
Keep doing that.
You didn't have me roll anything.
But you wanted to.
I got a 17 on the die.
What was your specific intention?
I want to see who it, because I'm assuming if I turn around, I just see the
Yeah,
environment.
you want to see shade. You're looking for shade.
Yeah, I want to see if that is the person whose memory this
One
is.
reason why I asked specific is that are you specifically looking for shade, or are you specifically looking for whose memory this is?
Yeah, the original watcher. The
The
original,
original
viewer.
watcher. Okay,
Yeah.
so that changes my answer. You see a tan. I don't want to say it like No. A more of like a. It has a bit of a strawberry tinge to it, like kind of like a tanned, fair-skinned person that does have horns. They appear to be of Ibkist origin, but so much so where they've got like a base coat in the sun, so they started to actually get used to it. But you could definitely tell if this was a white person that got a really good tan, that type of thing. You could definitely tell that that's like what this was. But which is an odd, not just an uncommon shade of skin for an Ibcast, so it would be easy to identify and perhaps find before. It also gives the idea that this person probably could have been like, a much lighter, fairer shade later on, just to give you an idea of what's going on. Male, from as far as you can tell. Threadbare robes, many stains, brown.
Any items or anything that would be distinctive?
No items. Sleeves that go beyond the actual arms and the hands. You can see the face, so you can see the likeness, but only subtly. Very, 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 very subtly. They do seem to be biting their nails.
And does that remind me of anyone? I know it does, but yes.
Yes, it does.
So, you see this rat looking at a jar. Look at something behind you. Look at this jar. Look at something behind you. And the rat leaps. And as I'm leaping towards this thing, I'm using my dissonant
whispers?
No, my shout.
Oh.
I'm trying to drive the doctor
As a
out.
rat? Okay, yeah, cool. This is tiny little rat screaming.
Well, I mean, it's a 30-foot cone, so
because
Well, you're a
you can
person.
only see the figure in the reflection. You can't. Once you look where the reflection would be, it's not there. If that makes sense.
Because you can't picture yourself.
like that
you can't
horror
actually
movie
picture
bullshit.
yourself in a memory kind of thing.
oh, that's fair. Okay, then I wouldn't do that. I would, actually, I will knock on the thing, try to get your attention as
On the tank?
on the reflective surfaces I'm looking at, and be like this to you and you
In
to
the
try to-
reflection back. To
yeah,
you.
trying to get your guys' attention, and then
You
you
see
the
a rat that goes-
pointing,
That bumps the glass and waves.
and then points like this.
Does that seem like something that is like would be happening in the vision that I'm seeing?
Kevin,
or...
you see a rat knock on some glass.
I'm
Turn
seeing
around and point to a thing. That's what you see.
I know.
Kevin saw a rat knock on some aquarium
Who?
glass.
When
and
did
then
Kevin
point.
see that?
Who?
Yeah. No, I'm
Threats?
saying like that's what it feels like.
I know.
It is analogous to Kevin walking into
Yeah.
the Colorado Aquarium
And I'd be trying to talk,
seeing
but-
a rat that knocks on some glass and pointing in a direction.
Right,
I
right,
was like-
You're right. As Thraz is walking through this area where it's changing and everything else, the rat that's knocking on the glass is going to be the odd thing that really stands out to him.
But
Is
I would
what-
probably
is
be
what my
more
question
substantial.
is.
It's up
I
to
mean,
you.
for Log, this is just
the
fucking
most-
Tuesday. Like,
Yeah.
this is just Gondar.
No fighting.
Yeah, I know. I do notice, and I look at him, and then I
Okay.
turn around. Like I look where he's.
I
where I see
like
the rat
this,
point.
and then I
you would
point
dream a weird
back
rat.
at
That's
the
perfectly
see-
back
Well,
at the
well,
reflection
well, so,
of the.
Point
Dude.
being is, so then what do I pick up on
Right.
this intent that's going
You're
on?
you see the person there.
I see.
You don't see anybody where they're pointing. You do.
Well, he said he also pointed at the reflection for.
Yeah,
That's what
I'm
I'm saying.
trying
You
to get
see
you to
where they
look.
point. You see the reflection of somebody that I described. That
Because you're in control of the space.
and you
like,
turn to where they're pointing, and you see the person there.
Now do
You're
I see the?
You
Oh,
don't.
okay.
Just them. And all their glory. Like they're very covered in a lot of big, cultist big robe bullshit. That just to give you an idea is what it looks like. It's just oversized. But you can see the hood's down. You can see their faith, and they're biting their nails.
I'm like
They look
jumping up and
nervous.
down, trying to look in here because I can't see the other thing.
But I don't see their new Ibcast person.
The
Yes.
the matronly individual.
No.
You do see him. Yes.
Okay.
You don't. You don't
Right.
see. Yeah.
I don't see Doctor. I
To
mean,
you,
I
this
see
is
him. I've
still a
looked.
dream. To them, this is
Yeah.
something else.
It's a waking nightmare that I'm watching.
I would write Doctor, but I can't write. So
All of this is happening fast. Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
like, to pause here, but like, all this is happening super fast. Nothing is slowing down. As the infant is being carried away, the existence of this hospital and what has become this like apothecary begins to fade, and the vision of what is clear and what is remembered follows the infant, but not for very long, only for seconds more before the infant begins to fade. Just to give you an idea of like what's coming in the next 6 seconds.
Well, so first I would try to, based on what he's doing and pointing out, I would try to just focus in on who he's pointing out and just study them.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Just,
you
just,
can get
just
a nice
commit it to memory,
mental
just kind of,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
You can get a mental snapshot of what this individual looks like.
Uh,
The hood's down. You get a really good look at this person. Ibkest.
and then that's when it all starts to unravel a little bit.
Yeah, it all starts to like kind of fade away, like seeing an image fade to alpha in Photoshop.
So I was trying to take as much of that in before whatever else happens.
I'll release myself if possible.
Sure.
Out.
Yeah. So y'all wake up. That was the rest of the time that you spent wandering around feels like a vague, forgotten dream, as you realize that you did at one point nod off for maybe a couple minutes, like 10, 15 minutes, and perhaps walked yourself back to the area to just like post up on an area before waking yourself up. That whole like you realized you dozed at the end of a show and you're like no I saw the end of it, that type of feel.
Okay.
Do I wake up then?
Yeah, all of you. Then we go back to you all have received the long rest. You had that conversation. They spaghettied away.
I'll walk over to Log. Did you see a rat in a dream last night?
Yeah, annoying fucker. Try to, like, bite me or some shit.
I mean, Log's dreams are always weird, but did those two just disappear?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I didn't mean for that to happen. That was kind of...
At this point, I
y'all
would
heard
have
what he
still
said
bet-
because Argos was like,
I would still.
Don't say that word.
Normally
I would
only
be-
fucks me up. It doesn't, like, fuck other people up.
For that, I would
Normally,
be outside with
did
shade, so
to
I don't
me
hear
once.
that part.
So apparently,
The one time, but...
That's why I did it.
apparently it sucks other people away.
So,
Yeah.
so what was that? What of banishment again?
Nope, don't
No,
say it again.
Don't.
I mean, if I knew it worked that efficiently, I would have said it in front of Cole, like, plenty of times before.
technically, y'all have heard it, heard it, but was protected by your.
Except for
Raw,
me.
my words. Good God.
No gods back.
Put that away. Y'all have heard now the word with little to no consequence. So you have heard, ooh, Thraz, God damn it. Roll a
There are no
Carcana check for
gods.
me, Thraz,
Arcana check.
after hearing the name. Thank goodness. Okay.
That makes it a grand total of 7 since it's nat 1.
You're just like speaking gibberish.
Good.
Draz writes
So, yeah.
something down. It is not anywhere.
So you guys
close
are woken
to
up.
the name.
Oh, shit. We did a lot of stuff.
You guys,
Yeah.
So you made them go somewhere.
I didn't...
Or did they slip? Did they go bacon?
I think they went.
I never even
bacon.
fucking tasted bacon. I don't know what the fucking hell he's talking about, but they're fucking gone.
We've had bacon before.
I didn't have bacon this morning. And I'm really pissed about it because we've been talking about bacon since yesterday.
Yo, I love
So-
a warlock who gets everything back on a short rest but only has short-term memory.
Log, just the next time you get into somebody's head, like, make some bacon.
Yeah, you could make like a giant piece of bacon.
Can't
You
you,
know,
like,
like a
sleep
bacon
bacon?
hammock.
I mean, I can like bacon a lot of stuff, but like I haven't.
I'll
been
remind you.
in that place. It's been a while since I've been like in
Next
that.
time you're gonna dream walk or before we go to sleep, I'll say bacon, and you can remember.
Perfect. All right.
Bacon
Zemdak
time.
just keep whispering it in his ear.
Bacon.
Bacon.
You guys,
It's bacon.
you guys know how I saw the Ascendant's memories when I fed on them?
Yeah.
Well, tonight I saw, I think, a memory from one of the eyes.
Okay.
Interesting. And
It was in Trellius's tomb.
When we were
The
there?
fucker in the
or-
bag.
No.
The fucker in the bag.
Before, yes. Somebody placed it in a hidden compartment in that mausoleum that we were in.
So did we miss it?
How
did
it
we
was
miss
just on
it?
the shelf, but yeah.
Or
I
was it
remember
the one
I
log
think you were
rack?
the one that was like picking stuff off the shelf.
That was log.
It was that one.
Yeah.
That one right there.
Like there was
Picked it
a,
up.
Yeah.
I thought you said there was
touched it.
like a
It
cover
was
that
on just
closed.
one of the carved out shelves
Oh.
near all the other gold stuff. I'm so sorry.
So it
That's what I
was
meant to
the
just
eye
mention.
log
the-
picked up?
Because I remember you had picked
Because
it up.
I picked up
and
an
then
orb. I picked up
it
some
turned
kind of
into
an
an
orb.
activated into that thing that started beaming.
The
and
gazer that
creating
we fought.
and pulling.
I
out
touched the
bodies.
do not touch, and yeah.
That seems about right. Yeah.
And I believe at one point you had realized that that was something put there by the conclave to keep an eye on what was
Yeah.
going on,
Yeah.
right? What
Yeah,
a
literally
web
keep-
we weave.
Keep an eye on, yeah.
Something from that eye monster we fought was the same as the thing we fought way back
So-
when.
Did it? When we killed that, nothing came out of it, right? We didn't get it like an eye like this that we missed.
No. I mean, we don't
When
know.
you killed the
It's-
eye tyrants?
Yeah.
No,
Um,
when
they-
we killed the
The one I
gazer.
touched.
No, back
No,
at the
the-
mausoleum.
No, no, no.
The little one.
No, it did not. It did not. As far as you are aware.
Right.
Although you had very low ability scores back then. I don't think you even have an observant back
Something related to what we fought yesterday was
Yeah.
also
think
back
I
in
did.
that very first mausoleum that we entered.
I mean, if I knew I was supposed to touch more shit, I would have touched more shit.
Does this mean we have to rob more graves?
Yes.
No.
Can we do like other
is the fun
people's
part of the
graves
day.
sometime?
This means each one of those monsters is really Masha keeping an eye on certain spaces.
Yeah.
But we blinded her, right? Like we took her eyes.
Remember, we fought one right before we met. What's his face for the first time?
There's a lot of witches. What's his faces?
There was an undead one.
Which one?
I don't remember. an eye
The
tyrant
host.
when we-
Before we met the host.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was not one of those. It
No,
was
no,
something-
it was
was
it was
like
a
a-
fake one. It was the fucking gas fucker.
Yeah, he had like little mushrooms and stuff.
Didn't
on
we
them.
blow that thing up?
Yes, you did.
You
that
did,
was just
yeah.
a fungus.
Yeah.
It was just fungus.
It was a floating eye monster, though.
It was a fungus that, like, you know how some creatures evolve to look
Yeah,
like
you did.
mimicries of other more predatory creatures.
normal
This fungus had evolved to look more like an eye tyrant too, and when it explodes, it just.
I'm just saying, I think she's got eyes more places than we think she does.
We already thought she had eyes everywhere,
Yeah.
but now we know the physicality of some of it.
Right,
Wait,
not
wait.
just magic.
So there's more eyes.
Maybe not like these, but
From what, weren't you not a part of that conversation with the two guys that just disappeared?
Osfer seemed pretty adamant that we needed to destroy these things.
yeah.
I'm just worried about. I mean, I agree that we need to destroy them, but we need to find the beginning.
We also promised Vlad we'd bring him one,
And you promised Shade.
that I would give her one back.
Right. I mean, you just made where I'd feel terrible if you lost him or them. You know.
Are you like able to break a promise to your daddy?
Does your daddy know everything that is going around us?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay.
You have the daddy with you?
Not
Like Thraz is just picking. Like Thraz knows none of this. He's just hearing these words.
he's got his Eddie.
A laddie.
Doesn't sound like some sort of adult thing that hasn't been invented.
I mean,
Of laddie.
Get yourself a
Vladdy.
laddie today.
Got a laddie.
A Vladdy
A
today.
Vladdy.
I love my Vladdy.
This is Zemdek's new
Vlad
T-shirt.
Daddy.
Get yourself a Vladdy.
After a hard day at work, I love to try the Vladdy.
Well, with time, we don't know when or what we do that affects whatever future they went to.
Right.
So, if we destroy this eye, what's to stop them from? That would stop them from getting it anyway beforehand, because it's already happened. So, what does that really change?
Wait, when did he say he was from again?
Now,
No.
No, but before that.
A month ago.
now.
A month ago.
700 years in the future.
No, that part. The future part.
769 years in the future. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I know, right? That was
but what? But she sent past soldiers from
Also,
Still
thousands
looking
of
for
years in the past.
right
knowing that it would be this moment.
Again,
meaning
you're some
that something
fucking general,
triggered.
some fucking shit.
through the well.
Where's
Like General Menace,
Actually
like
from
General,
Zivas, or where
like...
they
Bast.
maybe have
Bast,
been hidden for several centuries.
Bast was in that mausoleum long enough to mummify.
There's no way to know.
So,
Right. So you were in the
Hundreds
like,
of
he was in
years?
the past.
Yeah.
More than
At least.
thousand
least.
years.
Who knows?
So,
We didn't go steal one of the
You're
tops of
a
the
stone
corpse.
person.
Yeah.
You want to like give an idea, like why you're? I mean, you're around, surrounded by this
Nope.
ancient.
Could I help?
It's dwarven stonework, so you get the advantage, right?
It's not an advantage. It just adds an additional.
Could I help
plus
him
one.
because I know a lot about Marisian stuff?
mummies?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so much better.
I rolled a 2, then a 5. So that's a 12.
Can you make his be the first dice tray? New dice tray. you do? There's just something about this whole situation that's just.
I'm
You got an
loving
at
it.
20 earlier
cursed.
today.
It was because we
It's-
cuddled earlier with the
That'd
other
be
person.
like the new Vogue curse. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
It's like
Kaylee
Will
already broke
Wheaton
that one.
on the.
Yeah, sure.
It's insane.
It's just me.
He's not allowed to roll like with modernity. It just has to be either a 20 or a 1.
Did we?
Well, it all depends. If he's supposed to be good at it, then he can't actually roll well
Yeah,
for
that's
it.
a very good. That
I'm
happens
glad,
a lot, doesn't
I'm
it?
glad he said modernity instead of maternity, because that would just be weird.
That would be problematic.
did we?
I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Did we figure out how old the old war was?
I thought we had figured out that it was like at least several thousand years old. At least. Unless.
If we had more stuff, like really today, we could legend lore the old book we have from Coles.
You know, an
Jurgen's
archaeologist.
Yeah. Do we still have some of the coins? Did they give us any coins?
Yeah.
You like literally met an archaeologist who was creating a thesis on this exact subject.
Yeah, but we know more than him.
I do still have a...
Those weren't platinum coins, were they?
I do still have a pre-Mahitan coin.
Yeah.
Or
that's
were
right.
they platinum coins?
No, they weren't
No.
platinum.
Okay,
they
because
were.
I used some of
Some
them.
sort of alloy.
They were in Coles.
From the
Oh no,
Yeah.
that was Cole's money.
Okay.
from the Caradim vaults.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
catacombs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be called pre-something else, but now it's pre-Mahitan.
Yeah, it was pre like contemporary Marisian.
Yeah.
It appeared to be like it's not the type of like,
Before my people were really
But-
Yeah.
around.
If we're
Yeah.
thinking,
It's an old fucking coin.
Mosh has been around.
Mosh has been around all time, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
the whole thing about like you realizing
We don't know
same
where
time of
she
time periods these are from,
starts.
or you haven't seen any Maitan from. You've
I know.
only ever seen humans.
But like, you know.
We do know when she starts, but we don't know when she started.
But she starts like now and changes who she is.
Or like back in the. Yeah.
Because if she was traveling with them,
What would thousands of years of life do to a person?
I don't know.
Osf,
He said that you knew.
you're right.
No, I mean, okay. If she's been alive that long,
he never told us what happened.
she could have been someone completely different.
Message him if you want. I'm sure
Yeah.
Alex is still awake.
Do you think
But he
York
told us that
knows
we
her?
didn't get to that conversation.
You're.
I mean, like, I found him down there, like, you know, like, it was a long ass, like,
We're gonna cast Speak with Dead on your glazed skull, but see him, he knows Masha.
I mean, like, we don't have to do Speak with Dead. It's like, I can just summon him, and then,
York has a mouth. He can answer questions.
yeah,
Wait, does he have the bottom part of his jaw?
yeah, no, he's right here.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's looking really good today. Could you give him a
Where'd
little
you
like
find
toothbrushing?
her again?
We found him in the region in the catacombs.
It was
The first
a
catacomb.
skull.
Yeah.
Right. It was
I
all
just
catacomb-
picked him out of
Were
the,
you picked
out
up?
of the wall.
And you said you feel the teeth of like the presence crawling upon your periphery, and you're like, I put the skull back. I'm like, the teeth don't go away. And you're like, all right, well, fine.
He had me gild it.
Well, if I can't fix it, I might as well keep it.
Yeah.
Then we
So
killed it.
Yeah, we gilded it.
And what's funny is that the component for this is the same component for combust
Yeah, yeah.
dead.
Wait, if you gilded it, then wouldn't the jaw be sealed shut?
No, we like.
I mean, it's. Yeah, I mean,
filigree.
I've rubbed it off, but it's still
Filigree,
like
not like
yeah.
the Japanese filling cracks with gold. Type.
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be
What
cool.
was it called?
they were saying gilded though. Which is
Wabi sabi.
But it's the exact
No,
same component
Wabi
for
sabi is the beauty
detonate
and ugliness.
corpses.
Yeah, but it's something. It's
It's
something.
the exact same component.
So I
Anyway,
offer
moving
shade.
on. Yes, please.
I
Please.
offer shade some, kebab. Yeah. So I guess this is while you guys were making the people go sizzle,
We
slide
weren't
away. or
trying to
whatever.
make them bacon. They just.
Yeah.
didn't.
Just
It
had-
was an accident.
Um.
Like always.
Yeah. My middle name.
So I found the doctor in you.
Kintsugi. That's what it's called.
I found.
Wait, what?
Fixing the
Your middle
pottery
name.
with gold.
Log gets.
See, I feel better now. I'm not. It's not. As
Yeah.
bad.
So
I know.
I found doctor in you.
It's not
She just
creepy at all.
raises an
You know?
eyebrow. at you.
So, two things. I was going to talk to Argus about this first, but I feel like we're in a trusting relationship. So, I just wanted to lay everything out on the table, I guess. Trishani taught me that that word choice there.
Yep.
Anyways, there is one of your rooms in that area that is sealed, and behind that, I got glimpses of birthing situation, which could have just been like a random nightmarish type of thing, but then I followed the new guy. That doesn't help. The one that had the eye. The one that you put the scythe on. He was wandering around, and I followed him for a little bit and saw the same sort of setting. So I pulled log in, and we were all able to view that scene. And I think if we could somehow get Argus into that room, because through the reflection of some of the vats that were in there, I think I saw.
Stop. I can't anymore. I can't. What?
Yeah, let's tell the cold-blooded killer that we saw her innermost secrets.
You were in my mind,
Well, that's what this whole thing is.
and you invited someone else in there.
He was already technically in there.
Okay.
Yes.
And you want my help to further permeate my psyche.
No. You asked if we could have Argus's help to get to get Doctor and his claws out of you.
So forget all of that. You saw the doctor.
Yes.
How?
In a reflection in a vat. Almost like I was seeing a memory of his that somehow you had access to.
Show me. And she touches you and she casts a spell. Like a telepathy spell.
Okay. I'll replay. Not the initial one where I took the axe to the door, but but the other one where I'm following Sith Boy over here, Thraz.
Zap.
Sith boy.
To that's actually in the dreamscape. That's how I refer to him from now on. And basically
Don't get that
replay
out.
that entire scene again, with the
Sure.
exception that I'm going to omit the
Think
cat
that's it.
hitting the rat. But other than that, yeah.
Does Shade notice the skips in the memory?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to acknowledge it. No, I don't think she does. So she witnesses all of this, and she's like,
So that's where the melody came from.
he looks so different.
That's because he is like interchangeable, kind of like clothes.
Yes, he is.
But I think that's either you or me pointing at the baby.
It's all of us.
So you are my sister. I'll try to give her a big hug.
No. She just stiff arms you, and she's like, no,
All right, maybe later.
It's a
I'm not your sister.
strange relationship.
We are just from the same
Womb?
pool. You were born, I was already born. It's not as complicated as I'm making it out. The doctor helped create a brood mother to birth most of his experiments. He realized that it would be far easier to create one creature to be able to birth more genetically variable experiments than it would be to just create a bunch of genetically variable experiments. And then just insert the alterations and whatever they decide to do with the genetics into the fetus while it was gestating.
Is that normal?
That's how you were born,
So,
as far as I understand it. As my best guess, it would make the most sense. I was born already, and I was brought on later, and then inoculated.
So why do you have his memory?
Are you aware of something called genetic memory?
Let's say I am.
All of the doctor's experiments have his own essence within them, allowing him to possibly connect with all of them by whatever means I don't entirely understand, and also have some sort of, at least the modicum of sway over as well. It also ensures that should he decide to harvest any of us, it would be a compatible match to himself, in order to better himself, guidedly evolve through science himself.
And so that's how he's watching you.
I am not sure. But I don't care to take the chance. Do you?
I already did. Argus, the childlike god that I was telling you about.
The child god, the god of children. I'm
Sure.
sorry, the god of babies, I believe you said before.
The baby god. Yeah,
I don't mean to
we'll-
be disrespectful.
We'll
I'm
go
doing
with
my
that.
best.
Well, you don't have to be.
I try to be as most accepting as faiths,
On the
new
time
faiths
scale
as
of
I can,
gods, you are a baby god.
even if
Yeah.
I don't understand them.
I don't
Even though
understand
you
him
don't
either.
think of yourself as a guy.
But I'm trying.
You believe the future.
What's your
You're
point?
Really fuck 'em all up.
Oh, my point was, now I think we have a good way of getting the doctor's claws out of you, because I can help Argus get you to the right room. Or I can help Argus get to the right room in you.
I'll pass, thank you.
Oh. Okay, you want a kebab?
Sure.
And then I'll go back up.
Sure.
As soon as Log wakes
God,
up, he
oh, it
shakes off
hurts
like
so
a
bad.
dog who's just in water.
What's up?
As soon as Log wakes up, he just shakes off like a dog who's just in water.
Yeah. Okay, so they spaghettied away. You guys had your conversation.
So Do we take it back to the bed then? I'm assuming
There's
we
this
do.
klaxon that just kind of, and you just hear this voice
I think she's kicking
echoing.
Yeah.
It's nearly over. If you want to fall on your ass,
We're
get
gonna
ready.
Fall on our ass. All right.
Hop out the door.
Yeah.
We'll leave.
Used to it.
Where are the other two guys?
You guys try to like spend the next 10 minutes trying to
Log
find the
said
door, and
bad
you're like,
word, and
fuck.
they got
But
teleported away.
and then
I have
it
that
just
kind of
drops
power.
because it's a
Sorry, he's
labyrinth,
that
right?
big of a dumbass.
And then it
stay
just drops.
by-
But you guys all end up in the same space ish, like in the nearby space. But you're not caught unawares, so you still stand up and you're able to be okay. That type of thing.
So
Because there's a way in, but it's really impossible to find the way back out. Because that's how her brain works.
So you're kind of turning me into a little bit of a prophet, right?
Sure.
Yeah, because I did predict that they were gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's all you, bud. Your power comes from you.
And I actually did it.
Yeah, but I foretold it.
What am I going to have to do tonight?
Probably drink.
That's cheating.
Yeah.
Just, your power comes from you.
Yeah, of course it does.
Right.
Yeah, as Mekel, prophet of Argus.
It sounds weird to hear.
I
for us
just love
two.
the deep sigh.
Yeah.
Sounds just as weird to us as it does to you.
When was the last time you checked in on Page?
It's been a hot second.
That's
Well,
like the
actually, it
second
was only a
religion you've
couple weeks ago.
started. Even being an apostate, like an anti-religion person, you've started two religions.
Well, no,
Two
that wasn't.
anti-religions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose they are the antithesis of organized.
That
We-
wasn't
we are-
Argus,
That,
though.
wasn't
As far as we
Argus.
understand it.
That wasn't Argus.
No, I didn't start. I mean, I contributed. But I didn't
Yeah.
start.
you contributed. You
Contributing.
bankrolled it for sure.
Well, if you start thousands of religions, all of a sudden none of the religions are going to be are going to matter. So
But you matter.
Okay.
Yeah. What are we doing now?
So
We
go back
need to go
to
to
Vlad? we have to.
You pop through.
I don't know if we have any way. One.
Shade, like tearing at a kebab, lays it to her side as she holds the scythe in there, and you're all standing before her towering figure, and she says, apparently, many things happened while I was making sure everyone was safe. Cliff notes. 5 minutes, tops, go.
The other two got sucked out. One was brought. Well, the first one was brought back to life. They got sucked. Yeah, sucked off. Whatever. Sucked out. Stop it.
Yes. It didn't quite happen that way, but like.
But you kind of did it.
Blindfolded
caused them to get
face.
sucked off. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
Anyway, they left.
You said there was a magic word.
Yes.
Not.
But there's always a magic word.
Log said a magic word.
I know a lot of magic words. Like,
The
You spent
two
a good time with that. That's Lele.
the
Do you
two
want me
time
to-
travelers are gone. Because Log said a magic word.
Do you want
So
me to
they're
repeat
gone.
what
Yeah,
I
he said
already told
please.
you?
Consent is sexy. The
That's the name of this session.
Consent to sexy.
no
think
consent
they-
is sexy.
Consent is sexy. Yeah.
Because I said a magic word.
Yes.
Sorry.
5 minutes.
So that happened. Apparently, you
We
saw
revived the
stuff?
guy, and he then
Yeah.
we got him. He took the other guy off, and they. These children. I thought.
I know, I can't.
I was waiting for.
This is what I mean about like, see, I have to deal with you. I have 3 children at home. I have these 6 fucks that I have to deal with every 2 weeks.
I like how he included you in those 6 bucks.
Because you're just as bad sometimes.
I gotta get it out somehow.
That's true. You get like a pass.
One outlet is here with us.
It really is.
That's what he said.
Stop it!
Okay.
So
need a
What
pump
else
over
does she
now.
need to know? The eyes are Masha's, and she uses them for power, and this is all through different timey-wimey junk.
The eyes aren't Marsha's unless I say them.
no.
She has a different version of them because she can manipulate time.
They originated with her. Currently, in this
Why
current
don't they
timeline,
probably
she.
originated with her?
I don't know, but right now, Look, right now she has a pair of these eyes in her actual physical form back in Sarnlo.
Apparently she's a salty bitch. That's all we know.
I mean,
So these guys, through time, had a pair of the eyes, and that's these ones.
how we accomplish anything is.
And
Sorry,
so
Maeve, you
they
are
are
now
very,
canonically
very
a
dangerous,
salty bitch.
It's Log's
and
fault.
so they wanted us to destroy them.
I'm a fish fucker.
Or
Exactly. So it's spread
why
even.
do we trust them
Because
so nonchalantly?
They came from the future and saw a
They
very
knew
bad
me.
situation.
So they are
They
just a
knew-
tool. Then, if used by the right hand, could be powerful.
Right, if not predicted, if you already use them as a tool to be manipulated.
And
as
she is
that tool.
and she is keeping an eye on them.
They
Keep an eye on
did
their
say that
eyes.
she could track them very easily.
So why didn't she rub them out?
Because they're attached.
We have to do shorter
No,
sessions.
not the eyes. The tools.
Just more often, because by the time we get to the second one, y'all are so punchy, being like, "I'm gonna rub them out." Right? Oh, fucking suck it off! These are told.
If she can,
We can't get anything done because
if she can manipulate time, and she always has these eyes in some form or another, they've always existed. They will always exist.
We don't know what they do, though.
They
don't.
they subjugate people. That's what he was saying. And we trust at least one of them. Well, one of them was part of the whatever the open hoof.
They cancel
knew-
out magic.
What?
So they knew Boots.
Yeah.
But what does that really mean? In the future, we don't know how. We don't
Well,
know
they
how
called you a
lives.
funny name, too. Not like Boots. They called you something like...
I mean,
Yeah,
Fucking-
but
I was like, I could see that path.
yeah, 800 years in the future, sure. I've got a new name. That's
yeah,
totally plausible.
and it was a
That
derivative.
wasn't the weird part.
The weird part was that somebody made me a general. Like somebody. Put
No,
me
yeah,
in
that's really
charge
fucking
of
weird.
people.
It's like they didn't mean like General
It
Menace.
sounded like you
Like-
didn't have a big enough altar to the god.
Like
Argus.
Do you want one
how
of those?
how desperate did people have to get to make me a general?
It has
I mean,
to be
obviously
pretty
I'm
bad
dead.
out there because I mean I don't see you ever wanting to be in charge of it.
No,
They said you were organized.
Well, he's getting me organized.
Well, I'm
Like,
sorry.
So what are we gonna do now?
We have a few hundred years together.
Well,
I think
do we
The true
destroy
romance.
these,
the true
or do we
romance.
take them and split them up? There are options here. What do we want to do?
I think we go back to Vlad.
We have to, right? It's at least
And
part
we
of
have
the
a
promise.
conversation.
Do we trust him enough?
Does it matter?
The short fucker didn't trust him.
The short fucker doesn't know who Vlad is.
No,
And
That we know of. Okay.
They never met.
I think she's getting a little antsy.
we should go.
from what I hear, we get to go and talk to this Vlad.
Shade, do you trust Vlad enough with these artifacts?
To the fact that he
I
could
trust no one.
he could use them to subjugate thousands, maybe.
That's the problem. Is I don't
I
know
knew
if we
she
can
was
trust you.
smart.
If we gave them to you, I don't know if I trust that you wouldn't do anything with them.
I make deals that are in my best efforts and in my best interest.
What was our original deal with Vlad?
To go and retrieve this.
I don't know. I was a little worried about killing his kids.
Yeah,
I know.
He'll get over it.
that was basically it. It was we have to
We
retrieve
were
this.
supposed to retrieve the vision of truth.
Which
For
one is
what?
that?
We got like two of them now, right?
Does
Are they
each
two
wall
different
do
things?
something different?
Which is why I will request the second that you have back from you.
It wasn't to forgive
No,
what you did. It wasn't for any like. It was just
No.
hey, there's these things. Go find them.
because we're now.
I thought it was.
I have long since given up and abandoned the crusade of understanding what that individual has whirring in his labyrinthine mind. There are
He's-
plans within plans for sure,
See, he's,
but they always follow through on a promise.
you said we were allies of consequence. I think, if I remember correctly.
and that this was part of a sort of test thing?
A little bit, showing that we could prove our salt.
From what I remember, this was something to make sure that you remain in their good graces after what transpired.
That's
A little bit of everything.
All I hear is you folks talking about doing something with my vision of truth.
We don't even know which one is which. Perhaps we could even do that. Find out which one is which. If it is just a singular one, and maybe the other one is a vision of something else.
Who has
Thoughts?
them?
Do you want to go back fast or slow?
I'm tired of walking.
I'd rather not fight the shadow creatures again.
Ooh.
I can rip space back to where we were. Back to the tower.
Do we talk to Vlad?
That fan always goes with your fashion, you know?
There goes out of style.
Yeah.
I can do so because I'm familiar with the area. I was not familiar here, but yes.
Okay. I mean,
We knew the Bondant was looking for it. We kept it out of his hands.
yeah. And I'm sure she was in control of the Bondans.
Are you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to question.
Zemdak, I hate to say this, but if he's your Vladdy, he might be able to control you, right? Can you give the bag of holding to one of us instead for the bit once we get back there?
Sure.
Okay.
Who does Zemdak hand it to?
Are we going or are we walking?
Yes.
We're going. We're going fast. We're going to pull the
Just rip
Band-Aid
it
off.
and let's
you
go.
know.
Shade, open the portal.
Everyone hold hands.
Oh.
Shut up.
Here we go.
I can't reach her hand
Why not?
because she's holding it away from me.
Watch out, that's my bone, that's my bone! Ow, don't squeeze my bones!
She utters a few words and does a few glottal stops of like as the world whirls around you and the sand disturbed and scattered against the stonework to create thousands of years of erosion in a fragment of a second before you disappear, and you appear in the kind of reception area of the tower, a level below where you had that meeting before with Vlad with a roll-top desk.
So that's like feeling like bacon.
Yeah. Sizzles, doesn't it?
He's rolling to see which one of us get left behind.
Don't
Does anyone's passive
Crack
perception
the
beat a
open.
24?
like that.
A
Can you
24?
You need passive?
Sleight of hand check. Does
Don't
anybody's
what?
passive perception beat a 24?
No.
No, my passive is
Mine
20
does.
is the highest.
In the future,
Okay.
800 years from now.
You feel something in one of your pouches.
Motherfucker.
Do I got to roll anything?
Do
for
I
that?
need to know what you take, or no? You good?
One of the eyes.
It wasn't. I never had an
He
eye.
never have one.
No,
No, he put it in there.
You put it
Oh, you
in
put
there.
it. Cool. Fun. I love that.
He didn't want to make sure that Zemdak got.
Yeah.
You are alone. You're by yourself here, safe, as far as you can understand it.
You tell him that?
It's all meta.
Threz,
It's just meta.
do you want to come with them?
We do still have the eyes.
Yeah, so yes.
Okay.
As far as I know, my eye is still in that freaking
You get the
sack.
choice. Anytime there's types of transportation magic, you get the choice.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
go talk to Vlad.
If you can find him. He always hid when I tried to find him.
Pull out the lead box. Who wants to hold him?
Hold what?
Are you trying to find Vlad like right now? It is midday, if I remember correctly. Or
No,
you've been
it's-
nocturnal.
Yes.
We're
so,
nocturnal, so
It
it's
would
now
be
the evening of the 16th.
late
Okay.
evening.
I mean, if you're volunteering.
I'll hold them. As Thrazion's hand out, give me those.
to what? Both the eyes? Or
The lead box.
The lead
box.
box with the eye.
the box that
Mostly just
Bast was
up
buried
is
with
the
was
watch.
not lead. It was like a gold.
No, he
No,
has
No,
I have
we
a
have a
lead
lead
box.
You
box.
put it. You removed them from that and put them in a different box.
No. When I took them from the two holding them, I put them in the lead box and then put the lead box in my bag
Is
of
this the
holding.
lead box that we
I
were
understand. So
originally
one.
I was trying to hide them as best as
So
possible.
one eye is in the lead box that now Argus has, and
Yep.
one eye is in Log's person that
Correct.
But
Log
we
doesn't know
but we
about.
still
well,
think
not
both
in his
are in
person,
this
but
lead
on his
Ev-
person.
yes, everybody thinks both.
It's not
eyes
inside
are
of me,
in him.
but
Depends about how corpulent of a disguised self he casts. So, yeah, you guys, first thing, searching for Vlad.
I think so.
Maybe
Yeah.
you just
Call your daddy?
cut yourself.
I don't think it works
Smell
that
you?
way.
What if we cut you?
No. I don't.
Is there a Vladdy here?
I mean, why don't we just go up to the room we talked to him in before?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean that's logical.
Take out a
I
couple of
thought
his
you would
kids.
Go in.
have said
Shade, I'm sure, knows where to find him.
I'm not his keeper.
No,
He's
but
mine.
you guys have been working together.
he's keeping you hostage.
No, he's keeping me safe.
You know which room he normally resides in?
Above us?
Well, let's go.
Go up 2 floors. Knock on the door, there's no answer.
Hello, Vlad. We're coming in now. Open up the door.
You open the door, it's not locked.
Hello.
Rather Spartan decorated. There is a. It looks like everything was taken out of this room because you can see like there's spots of like dust circles of where things used to be, and there's just a nice crimson carpet area rug in the center, and what looks like a collection of very heavy blankets off on the other side of on like a kind of bed-like dais.
This isn't the original
Nobody
meeting
here.
room
What?
that we talked to Vlad in?
What?
This isn't the first meeting room?
No, because he didn't sleep in that room.
Okay.
He was he
He's
discussed
probably
with you
not
in that
asleep.
room.
Yeah.
He crawled away to go to sleep. There's nobody here.
You can't like try to reach out in your mind and say, "Hey, dude, we're back."
Vlad? Vlad? Vlad?
Well, looks like he's not here. Guess we can't turn these in. Let's go.
No, that's.
You
You
wanna
don't want
reach
to
out
piss
with
this
your
guy
mind?
off.
Do I still have a heartbeat?
No.
Okay. So I will like bite my finger and use the taste of the blood that pools there and focus my mind.
On.
Vlad.
So are you trying to like locate creature type of thing with your blood?
I'm trying to like meditate on the source, on the core.
Okay. Dowsing rod home.
I actually do have locate creature, just FYI.
You don't have to bite yourself.
It's more like
We don't really want to go.
blood
find
is
him
the
or
essence.
Yeah, yeah. I
like-
understand. I understand where you're going with it. I just want to.
Otherwise, he gets mad.
Yeah.
I think the question that I'm most stuck on is the. Are you accepting the fact that
Focusing.
Vlad is home?
Not home. That's not the right word. I now see blood as a new type of magic.
Okay.
So it's the source of this new.
this
type
is an
of
actual
magic.
spell you're casting.
No,
This is just a
just so like to me the catalyst dust, that is a source of magic. Like
It
blood
is
is
called
now
catalyst. It's like helps a reaction along. It doesn't cause the reaction. But yes, please.
blood is now a new source. It's a separate branch. So I'm focusing on that source of magic. And to me, Vlad is the progenitor. He is the core of that source.
Okay. I
that
want
make
you
sense?
to roll a perception roll at disadvantage.
10.
10. You feel there's definitely a connection there, and it's strong as fucking hell. But you also know that if you're getting the sense that if Mama don't want you to know where they are, Mama don't gotta tell you.
Okay. Does not want to be found.
Then do we give this eye back to Shade? To have her go deliver it?
Or do we just message him and say, hey, where are you? We're trying to make a delivery. Can you
Didn't
sign
give
for
a
your
time to be
package?
back
You
either,
know.
just said go get the thing. So it's not like they were just like waiting for you the whole time to just go
No.
get the thing. I mean,
They're not like a king.
There's no gods or kings. I don't
mean-
believe in rulers.
Just leave him a note.
And do what?
Be on our way.
Continue going to Bebas.
Sorry we missed you while you were out. You can pick up your package at this location.
Sounds
Between-
reasonable enough.
Give Shade her eye back and say, hey. Talk to her. Talk to your partner. She's got the eye.
what
We
do you
said we
know
would
of
do
my
it.
partner?
You and Vlad are partners, right?
Partners in this endeavor.
Right.
Not.
Which partner were you talking about?
Never you mind.
Okay.
Tiffany.
You guys are sure you want to be
I'm-
carrying one of these things around?
I would like for us to get some more diamonds.
Yeah, you just like waste like what 500 of
Oh
them.
no. They just up and left.
Fucking assholes.
Well, I just go around and hit 5 random dead people.
You sent them away, you know?
I mean,
He told me what?
I told you they were gonna go poof.
Yeah, but they gave us a lot of information that we wouldn't have gotten without reviving one of them.
And we
So
can
do
still
you have
talk
anything
them.
to say before you go poof?
anything important you need to.
I generally choose when I get to go poof, not just poof like that.
We'll see about that.
Long past his powers
We
and
so
his words.
never asked.
I made
what-
the other two go poof. I didn't mean to, so I'm just
It
saying.
was very close to just actually silencing you.
Why didn't you? You do that like you've done it before. Like fuck, why
I
not?
wanted to see what happened.
Wouldn't that make the trips
He already
easier?
did it this morning.
17.
Right now, guys.
Like he said it. He said it.
He already rolled damage today.
And we spent an hour doing all this like talking and shit, so I got my soul slot back.
Wah, wah.
They don't want to restrict a warlock.
Well, Argus, let her have her eye back.
Okay. Does that complete your contract so you can get War back?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
You sure you don't want to come with us?
Aren't you stuck here like me?
I go wherever he goes.
Why are we stuck?
Yeah, why are. Well,
Aren't you stuck here like me?
No. Are you stuck here?
I think she's looking for the answer of yes.
Why are you stuck? Just because you're...
Where else is safe?
You're safe with Argus.
There is no safe place. I think that's
Safe. Safe is a fallacy.
There is no such thing as a safe place.
We found
That's
you.
why it's
What
best
makes
to
you think
keep
someone else
moving.
can't?
You can only die once.
You weren't looking for me.
Does that mean stop me from finding you? The only thing safe is to take out what's tracking you.
I tried. She said no. No, wait, that was the tracker.
How many things are tracking you?
Me?
Yeah.
We're all afraid.
Doctor was, but Argus took care of that.
Okay.
Wait, this scary woman is afraid? That scares me.
yeah. That should definitely scare you.
Fear shouldn't stop you from action.
We've killed the scary woman before.
That makes it worse. You killed the scary woman, and this scary woman has something that she's afraid of? That is not good.
There's more than one scary woman.
You can't go hide in a corner.
You're
No,
asking us
but
to.
if you keep moving.
You're asking us to remove something that could possibly end what we are.
Would it end what you are?
Oh,
Or would it help you become what you are?
Is it maybe a cauldron?
That's what's so scary. We don't know.
I
There's
told,
only one way to know. Otherwise, you're just going to live in fear and you're just going to be stuck here.
All right. When you find a dedicated brain and brainstem surgeon, let me know.
He's right here. Well, sort of.
My sister could maybe. Just saying.
My point exactly.
It worked for me.
My point is hiding is going to get you nowhere.
That is why you do not hide. You
I'm
run.
still alive.
You run
Right.
far and you run fast.
For now. But hiding just gives
now
more
is
time.
All we have.
How?
But if you don't fight and all you do is hide, you're never going to be free.
Why
What
do you
if
think I'm working with Vlad?
what if we give her the eyes and then she can come with us unafraid?
It sounds like you're just trying to use Vlad to stay safe
Yes.
instead of fighting what is making you afraid.
Why would I fight something so unequivocally, untenably insurmountable?
Well, wait a minute. It's no different. You think I'm this little puddle of goo that kind of like plopped out of my mom, right?
Yes.
We
Now
Yes.
back to our
But
conversation.
I fought the doctor.
Because there's a chance. And you hiding and you running isn't a chance. You're just delaying until everything else is gone and you become the last one to be killed.
So what? You do brain surgery on me?
Well, not really.
It's more
Is that my
metaphysical.
option?
No.
Keep running or
You have multiple options. There always is options. I'm just saying hiding isn't one of them that will get you farther.
how?
How? How do I remove this piece from you? Is that what you're asking?
I was grown from it. It took years. It's
Right?
part of who I am. It's in every part of my body. It's not something you can just remove.
Why not? Because you were taught that? Because you were taught and controlled and manipulated that that's what it is.
I'm going to
That's
give
what
him
he's there for.
inspiration. I'm persuading her.
If it was something that was put into you, it could be taken out.
Roll persuasion check.
All right, so you get.
Natural 20.
He's not proficient in it. Oh, are you actually? Wow.
So for 25.
Oh, and give yourself a D8.
I don't think
That's
we
if
need
he
that.
wants to use it for that.
No, that's true. But you still
Amazing.
have it. For a
You have
little
a 25. What do you have, a D8?
bit. He has a
Yeah.
natural 20.
You hit a fucking 30. I'm about to drop some of the shit
How
that I've
can you
been
hit a
holding on
30
since the
with a D8?
beginning of this fucking
Because
campaign.
I only need a
Do
5.
it.
That's
Do
not his
it.
bonuses.
If
He
you
gets a
got
5 or a
I have
Do it.
hardcore shit. If you can hit a 30,
You can do it.
Oh my
7.
god!
32.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, it was a very convincing speech.
And you had Mekel there to inspire it. The prophet of Argent.
I'm not gonna close my eyes for this one because I have to. I'm sorry. Why do you care?
Why do I care? Because you were hurt. I care about all things that are taken out from their will, from what they want, from who they were as a person. Taking away someone's right as a person and what they think and what they believe and what their own agency is to do is not okay. I care because this is all fucked up. I don't want you running. I see who you are inside. You are a good person, as much as you don't understand that, or you hide it from yourself.
I wasn't.
You let us go. You removed yourself from their clutches.
You were not worth the effort.
Look at what effort we have now. What do you mean we weren't worth the effort? Stomping on killing a hornet's nest when there's 3 versus when it's a massive thing is what's worth the effort?
So you're hornets now.
No, I'm trying to give you an analogy.
It's not working.
Go back to bacon.
Go back to the.
Maybe that should be the title.
Dare you?
Go back to bacon.
I'm sorry.
Actually, I think that's not a bad one.
Write that down. I'll put it
I'm
on.
all the
I
way
am
bacon. Okay, that was funny.
Go back.
Shit. Take it.
I think you're fooling yourself saying we weren't worth the effort. I think it was something deeper. I think you saw that we could make change, and you didn't want to be in the way of that, and it wasn't going to impact you.
How do you know?
All I know is just
They
what I see.
know.
They know this time. They don't know our choices. They don't know what we can impact.
They do.
For their timelines. We can throw a wrench in things.
So die trying.
It's better than living hiding, because all you're doing is waiting to die.
Fine.
And then you're just living with that hurt. And
No,
She's
fine.
Okay.
Oh,
She
okay.
said,
You've won. Jeez, give up.
I don't give up on people that I like.
all right. So what do we have to do?
God, with a fucking spoon.
She looks tired.
Fine. What now?
Mekel's looking really expectantly at you.
I'm just like, I have no fucking clue how to do this.
Your friend was part of the monkish order, yes?
The one that's gone?
Yes.
Yeah. He was a part of the open house.
Yes. From the Watanabe temple.
Yes.
The home of the Mori Rai.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what they are?
No clue.
Why would you say
I've been there a couple times. Didn't stay long.
There are old prophecies from before even the capital was built of the Mori Rai. Those that would come in the times of need, descendants from who knows what. Not genetically, hegemonically, but just those that would appear whenever they needed to appear to protect what it means to be alive. Part of this world, the respect of the nature and all of us, the ecology around us. A big faith, if you would, religion of the temples and those monkish orders. Descended from what would Many have said, and what I have learned from being around those that have been around for far longer than they deserve to be, humans. I don't know, I'm not a historian, but I do know that whatever happened, this world was not ours from the beginning.
I have some interesting books on that.
Oh, well, I don't really care to read them.
That would be kind of hard.
But the Mohirai were creatures, peoples that were trusted with the future of these orders. Said to have had genetic memory like that has been created in simulacrums and simulations like me and my kebab friend.
Mekel.
Go away. The doctor seems to have tried to repeat synthetically what these people, these monkish orders, these Mohirai, these Wa'o Naote, Order of the Open Huv, Order of the Mind, the Soul, whatever it may be, through science, which is fine if it weren't so brutal. And so, yes, there is a piece of him in all of us. There is a piece. There is more than a piece than a Mohirai. Every existence that they have existed before hides dormant within them. And they have protected the temples for over a dozen millennia. And so out of cruel irony, the Conclave named us the Dorkennen Rai, a counterpart to the Mori, to suppress whatever it is that they did not want to exist further in the world. Where the more he exists to create legacy, we exist to create
Ends.
oppression. Your friend, your small individual who have you met today, if I understand correctly, they are among the statues that stand guard of those that would bring about the birth of the Mori. It doesn't make sense that they would be here now. That's why they look so familiar. Have you ever been to one of the temples or any of the scriptures?
Yes.
So that's why they look familiar. They're one of the 13 statues that stand guard against threats unknown in a wait for the Mori. I don't know any more than that.
So,
But should I ever meet a Mori, it will be a battle to the death.
why?
Because it is what I was built for.
But you can change that. You've already changed what you've been built for. You have agency over your mind.
The more he will stop at nothing to destroy what I am. I will not stand by and let myself be executed. I will defend myself.
Who's to say you can't join them?
Ask them.
You don't. Have you? Have you met any of these Morhi? Have you talked to the temples?
3 of my sisters have fallen by their hand.
Were they also trying to
I
defend
loved
themselves?
every one of them.
Were your sisters doing the exact same thing that you were just saying you would do if you ever met the Morhirai? Protecting themselves, not asking why they're fighting? Perhaps they were in the instigators.
Why does it matter?
It always matters.
Because blood feuds can only be ended by one choosing to. It's all breeding generational hate.
You know, all of these, I've been around for a little bit.
You've been around longer than I have.
All of these revolutions, these revolts, always start in these romanticized terms, as in, if we band together, we can create change. But none of them consider those that will start those front lines, those front picket lines, will die. They will die.
That's why you don't start at the front lines. The front
If
line.
I don't start at the front lines, then I'm submitting someone else to do so. They will die. It is all nothing but sacrifice. Everything is laced in death, even progress, revolution.
So is life.
This is depressing.
Life's depressing, man. Sorry.
I'm just ecstatic she said we can help her.
We help her. She's free. We can take the battle straight to the head.
Honestly, I don't want to be free.
What do you want?
To breathe.
It's a part of freedom.
No, it's... Freedom is not something that can be taken away or granted. No. I decide when I am free.
And how is that going to happen when you're hiding in a hole?
So we're back to the question, what do you suggest?
I suggest we try to disconnect your connection to Doctor. Remove you from this. So you don't have to run anymore. So you
And-
can
And then what?
Then you can decide if
Follow you, join
No.
your escapade of grand adventures
let
upon
you
your
do what
party.
you want to do so you are free again and can breathe and make your own choices.
My parents are dead. My sisters are dead.
Then why did you send us to go say something to them? You
I
asked
wanna
us to do
believe
that.
they're still there.
Death is interesting. Sometimes it's not permanent.
If I don't go back, then they're still alive. I'm not happy about what is happening right now, but I can't bring myself to care enough.
Mekel raises his hand trying to
Mekel,
get
you
your...
can talk.
Okay. So maybe part of the problem is the fact that the doctor has kind of, pardon the term, blinded you to some other options, and because of his connection, you can't see other possibilities. So if we get rid of his influence, maybe you can reevaluate things and then
to
make your
heal.
choice.
It's better than living like this, so fine.
All right, do it.
Do you need any help with anything on the side?
Do this.
I don't know. I mean,
I've only done it once and it was an accident.
If you are going to do this, you have to swear me an oath.
What is it?
Should I not survive this, which is unlikely, but should I not survive this? Make sure Tiffany does.
do you want us to tell Tiffany anything when we see her?
I can offer her as much as I can you. I can't. I'm not
You
in
tell
full
her that the
control
grass
of her.
is always pinker on the other side, and she'll know you're all right.
Okay. I will do my best. But you know her more than I do, and if I can convince you, how
If she
much do you
loves
think I
me
can
anywhere
actually-
near as much as I hope she does, the second you mention that you are doing this at the behest of myself, she'll at least take a hesitation.
do I have
And if
any
not,
proof?
then perhaps she doesn't love me as much as I hoped she did.
Is there something I can do to prove to her that this is at your behest?
Can you prove love?
No, all you do is feel it. But you could send to her.
You gave me the spell that is your spell. That is your signature. I could.
I can't.
She would know it is you. And there is only one person that knows that.
And they would know where you are.
No, I'm saying like if we met her and things came to pass.
I cannot send to her. It would
Be too
compromise
painful.
too many
I get you.
things. She is still, as far as I know, under the control of the Conclave.
Well, last time we saw her, she was definitely on the warpath to find you. Don't know if that was at their behest or at hers.
It seemed personal, though, I will say.
Good. Fuck it. Kill me or do it. Just do it now. I'd rather feel this happy and die than anything
I'm
else.
gonna need some time.
I can help.
Okay, but I'm gonna need. We're gonna need a way into your brain, and I'm gonna need to recharge for an hour, so I have all my.
A way into my brain?
Well, how else am I going to get into where the doctor is?
The doctor is in every cell of my body.
No. Your brain image spell thingy.
Your thoughts.
I can lead him to the room. Maybe I won't have to.
The doctor is scientifically integrated into the forcible evolution of my own form.
Right, but where's his connection located?
In every cell of my body.
But it's not every cell that we need. It's just the anchor point. And I think I can get us somewhat in there. But we're going to need, I think, Argus's help. Are you tired?
Well, it's that I used my power.
Or not
earlier.
Argus. Not Argus. Yes, okay, that too. I meant Log's power.
I mean, we've had an hour to rest. I got my shit back, so yeah.
You,
What?
Speaking of the room with the weird woman?
Sort of. Beyond that, there's a door. And that door is shielded like my room was shielded.
Okay.
If we use the same form that we did, I think, and you can look at this magically and see if it makes sense, or whatever it is you do.
You don't do shit for this party.
So, so we go back into her rooms. Some of us sleep. You can bring Argus in, right? Like I brought you in?
I mean, I can try. I can't. It's only happened a couple times. Like, he fucking was like with me for like, I don't know, a month or two.
Because what I'm thinking this time, if you can do it, you follow me. So I walk awake to the room that I found. You follow me like you did with the cat, bringing him to that room. It's the weird soul thing, because physically...
Are you talking about the situation of my birth? And I'm sorry, not my birth, your birth.
No, there's a different room. Same way that I followed him. I knew that you were watching me watch him.
You were the rat last night.
I was the rat, and I was trying to get you to turn around to look at the person I was seeing in the reflection.
You're
No, I
referring
did.
to
I
the
looked.
doctor
Yeah,
before they
I
were.
saw him.
You're referring to the doctor before they were what they are now.
Right. Same But that's not important for this.
That's not where this anchor is.
No, the anchor is on the other side of the door that I went to previously, looking specifically for that anchor and couldn't get to because I don't have your power. But if you help him...
Remember his first vision where he rolled and he tried to hit the door
And then
with the axe?
Yeah.
That barrier, I was looking initially when I went in, I went looking specifically for the feeling of the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that room, but I couldn't go past.
It's like a genetic memory that's locked behind your subconscious.
Right, which is the same sort of blockage that I had him to open up my room to go and fight the doctor. So Mekel thinks that if I get him to that door...
You could make it a two-way street.
Right, if I could get him
rather
to that
than
door...
just a one-way street.
Right. Then him in that other form could get through that door into her psyche and where the
then
anchor
spy
is.
on the doctor rather than the doctor just being able to spy on you.
Well, I'm not worried about the spying. I'm worried about him driving out the doctor again like he drove the doctor out of me.
You're trying to put yourselves on equal footing with the doctor as far as within their person.
So that he can fight him and get rid of that connection.
Interesting. Just in you or in Shade?
It's already out of me.
Yeah.
He already fought the doctor
Yeah,
out
you
of
did.
me. So I want to do the same thing, just facilitating where here's the location, here's the room, since she doesn't know.
Sure. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Is
It's
that
just
what you
that
wanna
I'm going to
do
need you to...
Now? This is something you want to do right now?
We did just wake up.
Well, I woke up and revived someone and then stopped Log from killing us all.
Yeah.
What do
yeah,
you-
but
I
like, are you
sent two
sleepy?
people away. That's not killing us all. That's like I just fucking.
No, I stopped you from sending us all away.
You still killed 2 people.
We don't know if they're dead.
So
they
what
could
is
be
it that you
alive
think you need
somewhere
fresh?
out there.
I love
Among the stars.
Log would be a great politician because he's like plausible deniability.
Need a short rest.
We don't know what happened to them.
Right. Like
They turned into big splatters of blood, but I mean, they could still be fine.
I only lit the fire. The town burned down on its own.
Does that make sense what Mekel's trying to do? Okay. In his weird sort of... I mean, does that seem to make...
Pretty much, you're trying to, like,
Is anyone
break
gonna come with
through
me?
the subconscious blocks in order to be able to access.
They're
either
trying to find the
more
same
information
room in
yeah.
Shade's mind that was in Mekel's mind.
Well,
at
I already
Doors.
found the room, or a similar room.
You
I
think
think I did.
You
In
found
Shades,
the door.
Yeah, in Shades.
Yes.
Yeah, woman that had that infant like snipped from her looks uncannily like the one that you remember.
Right, but I'm not going into the hallway that he walked down. I'm going into the first room that I couldn't, or
the locked door.
the locked door I couldn't get past.
Sure.
So I will be basically using my doctor sense to find out where that link is.
You're trying to open up the avenue that goes back to them.
Right.
Yeah.
And severing it.
So that you
I
can
like
do
that.
some
That's a much
feedback
better
and
use
other
of
whatever
doctor
it is
sense.
you
Yeah.
need to do. Yeah.
Yeah, just to stop him from tracking.
Trying
Yeah,
to push him
because
out of her mind.
I will say, like, I mean, it's quite obvious because of the way she's described this, doing this scientifically, it's permeates every cell magically. There's a reason why animagen exists because it's important for magic and biology to coexist in a certain type of harmony for certain impossibilities to be possible. And this is one of those things where biology can only go so far, but now that I recognize that their DNA and their thing has been purposely like evolved and put into this person for a specific purpose, magic's probably my only recourse. So that whole type of like psychic thing, it could be possible. I will say is that as you were all discussing this, probably the best time to probably attempt one of these things would be your next sleep as a
Yeah.
group. Not
Thanks for
nap.
making that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your
Just
next
to,
rest
just
as a
you know,
group.
really
Where
hammer a
the-
point.
where the
hammer home the
subconscious
point
is
he's
more
making.
prominatory than
Right.
the actual conscious mind.
So, is she able to, during the next long rest, do that same thing, that demi-plane?
You'll find out
Yeah.
during the next long rest.
Well, no, I'm
She
asking her.
doesn't- She used her teleport spell to get us here, so she.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She could.
So when's the next
Rest up
time
a
she
little
can
bit
open up that
get
that
some-
demi-plane that we rested in?
She could do that now.
Oh, well, no, we don't need it, right? The other thing is, I'm a little concerned for those of us that are going to be in her space.
Mm-hmm.
I'm junk.
Oh, I'm
But-
sorry. You leveled up, by the way.
I'm slightly less junky. But
You were a rat last time.
yeah,
I mean, like,
but I'm thinking
You got a
there.
long rest in, so.
Yeah, there are at least 2 of you that should remain awake, because unlike me, the doctor gives a shit about her.
Yeah, if something happens on the outside, we can
Right.
at least, yeah. I think it depends on who you want in there with you.
Well, I'm
You
thinking.
also don't know how many Dorcanon there actually are.
Yeah, well, that's
Right.
true too. But at least 3 of us.
Insanely dangerous.
So I think if 3 of us and Shay can stay on the outside with you, because we'll be in her brain. That doesn't sound good, but it is what it is. And then the 3 of you guys can protect us.
Good.
None of this matters until we can rest next, and we don't know where that's going to be, so.
Okay.
But we can prepare for it.
Yeah, we can think about what spells might help in there more than just my.
Did
My sister might be able to help you in that world if you can contact her. I'm just thinking if this is Animagen shit.
We could, but what? Sleep her in?
Yeah.
Like a,
Is-
like a,
Pull her
Is
in, just like
it-
if we talked to her beforehand.
is there something in that book? Maybe.
I can look throughout the day. I mean,
Um,
but it's very, very thick.
And did I hear you right? You like to make certain drinks? Yeah, you Sith
Yeah.
boy. Yeah, you.
I mean,
Thresh.
I
I love you get everybody's name wrong all the time.
he doesn't get my name wrong.
it's Thez.
Oh, Thez.
Thraz.
He's been
so-
doing this the whole time. Don't
So
worry.
Thrax. Okay.
That's like the
You-
one joke I think I'll always smile at because it's like so dad.
We
It's
all
so-
know that
it's
one
gone through,
person.
like the asshole of the unicorn of dad and come out like okay dad joke rather than like it's gone. It's lapped the dad joke. You know?
So, but you make them, or
I can work. I know my way around at a alchemist kit.
he might be able to. While you look in the book,
Yeah.
maybe he can look at doctor's potions.
Couldn't hurt.
I mean, I'm not as good as my father was, but it's always a look that I can do.
Just watch out for the ones that have the little bobble things in them.
In case you haven't
Yeah.
figured it out, we're forcibly conscripting you into helping us.
Well, until
That's how
you
I
give
got
me
it.
back my eye.
Exactly.
Yeah. As long as you're okay with that. I mean,
Who has the?
I
Alright.
do. I do have to let you know
I have
that I
the
do
eye.
charge a premium
It's
for
in the box.
materials and time for any potions brewed.
of course, we're
This
not.
is more an identification thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a twice times premium if it's identification.
If
and
you get
research.
it right,
Can
I'll
I-
let you have some of my blood.
Can I insight check that because I feel like
Absolutely.
okay.
Zemdak and Argus, please roll a history check for me. As this information becomes like exposition is cast because I don't want to spend the time. doing it.
17.
17.
Same. All right.
Sorry.
Why?
Who
why
else
you-
who would
Sorry
Coke?
for our listeners.
I am so upset at myself because I was like aroused by that. I'm so upset.
This
I'm so
part
upset by that.
of the discussion will
What the
be
fuck?
edited
Who
out.
am I? What does that mean?
It-
What did you get?
17. I thought that was clear.
No, I was talking to Adam.
21.
Okay.
I was gonna
Thank
laugh
you.
if you were to say 17.
I rolled a 16, so it was close.
I don't know what's happening.
So insight
Please edit
into
this. Please cut this.
Nope.
no
No.
It's all going in. It's all going
into
in.
if he's trying to rip us off.
Because knowing
if
that-
Thraz is trying to rip you off, sure.
Yeah, because
sure.
I know how to identify, like cast a spell identify.
for the
like,
eyes,
Oh
No,
no,
for the
they,
potion.
they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
for the. I was talking
the
about
potion of what?
no.
The doctor's
Just
portions.
taking a look at doctor's notes about his potions. Like
Not giving them
not
what
his notes.
in exchange for what?
Just
I was
identifying
charging.
it.
I was charging him like a 2 times premium, partially because I'm annoyed that they're forcibly conscripting me.
You're our
not
friend now.
forced.
You're doing.
Nobody forces anybody.
Upcharge of convenience. Really.
Stop.
They're just like they see an opportunity, they're just trying to take advantage of it.
All right.
Nothing entirely malicious. Just
Just a little annoyed.
Yeah, there's definitely
granted,
some
that
annoyance.
whole not thinking that it's entirely malicious is definitely because we have an upbringing of capitalism being okay. So whatever that means.
So wow, I knew you were gonna work that in there. All right, so
I don't know why you're demonizing me. It's real, but you got a 21 for your history check.
Correct.
You got a 17 for your
Yeah,
history
17.
check. Speaking of the as the discussion of the Morhi and the Dorkennen Rye, the Dorkennen Rye and the Morhi Rye, you know who the Morhi Rye. You know of the tale, the old tale of the Morhi Rye, that they were the reincarnations of individuals and memories that were meant to be always part of the temples that would come about when most needed. That was it.
Is there anything from Willow's book that was related to the Morhi?
Do we
You
still
gonna pull it
have
out?
Yeah, I still have it.
You gonna pull it out?
I'm scared of the book.
Wait, what? Oh,
Are
right,
you
'cause
going
it-
to whip it out?
That's what she said.
Do you want to do a study day?
Yeah, I guess.
You speak primordial, right?
Yep.
Goddamn lucky you fuck. Yeah, roll another history check at advantage +2 because you have this item helping you out. You got a 21 on history. You've heard the Morhi Rye before. You've also heard of a recent occurrence in which a Morhi Rye. It has been a very long time since a Morhi Rye was deigned to exist. Like the next Morhi Rye was incarnated. A Morhi Rye has been incarnated recently from the Wa'onaote temple specifically in recent memory.
Okay.
23.
23. You flip through the books. There are multiple mentions of the Morhi Rye appearing across history as far as this book, as far as whatever time this book has come from and whatever it references is difficult to ascertain. But there are several references of the Morhi Rye, kind of like coming in clutch, being in, not necessarily always for, we didn't have enough rain this season, so they helped with the crops, but more of there was a situation and a force that threatened the balance and that threatened the way of life that would be some type of semblance of harmony with the planet itself. And the Morhi Rye just happened to appear. Happened to, whether it be within a 57-year-old, a newborn, a 16-year-old, started to embody that. You see several patches of it. You don't get details. You just get 2 lines. If it were like a 7-stanza poem, you may get 1 or 2 lines out of it that appear to be very symbolic and representational. But you definitely get that sense that the Morhi Rye appears, and the Morhi Rye is also not limited to just one individual. As far as your understanding, the Morhi Rye, both singular and plural, are referenced as more of an idea that is personified within people that also retain their individuality in addition to being the Morhi Rye and
It's
having
like
that
they just
genetic
kind
memory.
of come to it, and it's not something like.
Yeah, it's like they grow into it, and most often, and at least in any of the in understandings that you see as you flip through this book, with the aid of the temples.
Okay.
Usually they come to that rite of passage with the aid of the temples. You do not see any mention of the Dorkennen, however.
And I wouldn't expect to.
21. You know of of a recent reincarnation of at least one Morhirai.
Yep.
From the Wa'anawate temple.
Yep.
That
What you said.
the stories have held that they triumphed over some sort of adversity and tragedy within the Wa'anawate temple. Word has spread since then, as far as your understanding, because you try to keep up in Anki, your connection with Anki, that it had something to do with an old, very, very powerful accident that was kept at bay for who knows how many eons, guarded by several statues of petrified other potential, if not actual embodied Morhirai, those that could have possibly the potential of being the vessel of the Morhirai, or those that actually did embody the Morhirai, many, 13 of which, one of which looks exactly like Osfer. If we call back to what we were talking about before. And you remember these stories because you liked to drink with the people from the monkish temple that came down to drink at Badgers and stuff like that.
Recently, as in, like it had just happened, or
I'd say within the past 12 months.
Okay.
Like, you know, within the past year. Just like as your more recent memory of like the world at large, you know, within the past year. Doesn't mean it was 12 months ago. It just means like, you know, it was something that you happened before you started to become part of the Argent Flame.
Right.
Because we're awesome.
All right, so are we do a little study day? Do that. We find out a little bit more. Then go into the dreams. Wait for Vlad if he comes back, or do we want to go to Boss
More
now?
diamonds. We're down 500 diamonds. Or 500 gold worth of diamonds.
They've
You
got
need diamonds.
Yeah, I revived the guy and he didn't pay me back.
How many?
Fucking assholes.
I actually get that joke.
500.
You need diamonds?
Yeah.
This is the maw. They're plentiful. She reaches into her pouch and she just hands you 500 gold worth of diamonds.
Awesome. Okay.
There's a reason why this desolate desert
Exists.
is still a avid contender of our current existence upon this planet. There are many very precious and rare resources throughout these thousands, if not tens or hundreds of thousands of square miles. I don't know why. But asking questions have gotten me in trouble before, so please. Also, it's easy for me to just hop around to the next meteor that hits the ground and just harvest whatever it is I need to harvest.
You've gotten meteor class too?
All the time.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Also, what's your deal? I know you've been hanging out with us, but like you seem to like curios and things like that. Is there?
Oh, he.
Tell me about that. Tell me about
So,
what's
like,
up.
she asks about Thraz's collection, and Thraz's face lights up, and he like starts
no.
like pulling out each like curio he has and putting it down.
All
He's
the Velcro. Shh, shh, shh.
oh yeah, no, he is totally like on. He's totally like in docent mode with his collection of this is this one, and I found this one. It drifted through the well wall. It is so pretty. Look at this. It's a little hummingbird. Look at the iridescent wings. Like he is that kind of guy right now.
Okay.
This is my hyper-focus hobby. I'm going to tell you everything about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like check out the cool shit that I have.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you get to the
So,
well walls?
Everything he pulls out appears to be like either magically or otherwise enchanted in a way like, this is a collection. It's all over the map, but doesn't appear to be like have any synergy. But like, oh well, this thing can help me this, and this powers up that. And that doesn't. No, it's just like. Yeah.
How do you get to the well walls usually? Is it just like what you did before, where you're just kind of like, oh, because not everybody knows about them, and it's.
It can be. The first time I encountered one, I would not advise repeating that event. It was. I had a very bad day, and that's all I will say.
All right.
But I found one of them after that, and I've used several over the years, but I always seem to find my way home. To that one. He pauses after saying home before that one.
Okay.
You ran into the Faceless and the Marauders and all the other fun things that are in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you spend enough time there, you get used to them. Some ignore you, some don't. You
The
learn.
Marauders do not. Like
But it's always...
It's a little surprising to you that they know what those are.
Yeah.
You're very familiar with what those are.
Yeah. The fact that you all know about them is a little strange.
Why? We've spent time in there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're able to move in them and get around easily?
I wouldn't define easily.
We did go to the moon.
We know of them. We have a
Simone.
connection.
Where is
Well,
the
we
one to
did.
the moon?
I think it was the moon.
You don't want you can't breathe up there.
It's really bad. Also, it's just one of the moons. It's not all three. It's
And it's kind of more floating in space, so it's not even really
Yeah.
like on the moon.
it's kind of like a cheap knockoff, if you will.
At
Of
some point, you need to show me this one. What is a new one?
you want to be floating in space without being able to breathe.
That's why I'm dead.
Well, it always depends on what is going on and the circumstances around it. I'm sure that I can find something to make it so I can move around out there.
Don't try a sheep.
Actually, there might be some mutton up there for you if you still want it. But
Still floating around.
Cool to fry it though. That was fun.
yeah, that was.
Make sure you bring a reflective device. Really helpful.
And air.
Yeah, something to
You
move.
see Shade in the far corner of the room, just kind of arranging things. There's a red ribbon that she keeps spreading across certain areas that seems to be pinning to this tapestry that is cascaded upon this wall, and this shelf comes out a little bit because it's not a flat wall. And she seems to be, because of how accurate she is with her scythe, she seems to be quickly carving into this tapestry names or abbreviations or whatever, running ribbons throughout, doing the whole red yarn type of thing, right? Red yarn conspiracy theory. And as she does so, she hears you talking. She turns around and says,
You know what's messed up about
I
this
only
right
know
now?
2
Seriously,
members of the conclave.
The
That
red
is
shirt,
the
right?
Doctor and Marsha. All the others stay within shadows and keep their identities.
Well, there's security for.
And Ultier was also part
I
of it.
know
at one
3
point.
members.
Ultier was part of it at one
conclave.
point, not now, but at some point, if we're thinking about this four-dimensionally, do you want to make another dimension so you're not just constricted to the 2D plane of this wall?
What?
Okay, so if you make it, you need to make this 3D.
No, just tell me, what do you know? What?
Ultier Thradian was one of the members a while back. I don't know when he stopped being a member.
Founder. Oh, okay.
Possibly. He's no longer connected, though.
You see her cut it in half and and start to make it like a blanket fort, and she's like, okay. She starts to pull some of the thread.
Perfect.
And pull it down to be like a mobile and be all over the place. She's doing this with expert dexterity, with being blind too, doing all this, and it's way over the top. as far by the end of this, you're understanding. Okay, Ultier Thradian, by his own admission, was a member of the Conclave at some point before it became what it is today. At the moment, as far as their understanding and Vlad's understanding and Shade's understanding, the Doctor and Masha are members of the Conclave. Not Lord Ehrenbach, just Masha.
Mm-hmm.
The voice, if you remember what the episode that we had Shade in, the voice of that, in which she points out that someone in the shadows of the Conclave that had spoken
Right.
matches neither Masha nor the Doctor. So there are most definitely other multiple members. If you would like to know more, she says, well, all of them were kept under the shade of secrecy. The only reason why I know who this individual is because Vlad has told me. That's why I know who Masha is. That's why I know who the Doctor is, because I have personal integration with these people. But the rest of those who I get my orders from as a collective, as an oligarchic, some sort of conclave, their voices perhaps are the only thing that I possibly could recognize. But then again, I don't know if they've kept them disguised. So I know two, hopefully. And if you say another is part of it, then so be it.
Was.
But the last orders I were given in order to retrieve what it is I was to retrieve and eliminate all those who had been seen was not from either of those. So there are more. And they have been around for a very long time. I have heard those speak about what it was like during the wars. Not just previous skirmishes, but ancient wars. The word Selendians has been passed around, meaning that thousands, if I know.
Well, from what we've heard, Lady Masha can control time.
It wouldn't surprise me in the least.
So, thousands of years is nothing.
Whatever that means.
I grab a spare pillow from the piles around the room and climb underneath her diorama as if it was a blanket fort.
No. This is. Just let him.
I fall asleep.
He just woke up.
He has the itis. He ate too many kebabs.
Meat sweats. I know. It makes sense, yeah.
He's got a full
He has
belly.
the itis going on.
A horrible foul smell hits the room, and you hear Mekel giggle a
Cast
little.
prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Why are you guys laughing?
Oh, Mekel farted.
Oh,
Right, she
okay.
can't smell it.
You son of a bitch.
Mekel giggles again.
So overall, was this to try to identify who else might be some of the voices? Or more the points in time? Or what's...
I have been a faithful servant of the Conclave for a while. I have not counted the years. So much so that I have been granted the station of commander of the Jokenin Rai. But it didn't really mean too much because we all work independently. The only time we ever gather as a collective is when the Doctor says so. And the
Mekel.
Doctor doesn't always agree with the Conclave. But the Doctor created us, so we don't have a choice.
Mekel sits right up, ripping down some of the diorama. He's like, I just had an idea.
Is it to go to sleep?
No, you said voices. You
Yes.
recognize some of the voices.
Sure.
I think maybe if we did that mind thing again that you did earlier.
No.
No, not that one. The other one. Just the one where you can see what I'm. Can you hear what I'm? I heard I heard Doctor talking to multiple people. Maybe they were the same voices you heard.
What would that get us?
I may have seen some of them.
You were part of the burrow, correct?
Paradise? Yeah.
And you moved around to the brass retreat. It's possible. It's one where we keep one of our secret circles in order to make sure that if we need to exterminate and entirely commit termination of all those that exist there, we keep it on record, as we've done about 3 or 4 times before.
Didn't need to know that. But it's an option. I'm really good with sounds, so if you...
I am not.
I thought you said you would recognize their voices.
If I heard them, but recreating them...
No. You look at
I'm
my
not
memories.
that charismatic.
She can't look.
She can connect to his memories, and he can play the sound in his memories.
Yeah, that's what I...
You want her to listen to your memories.
I can do that tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've done this before.
Do we want to try to reach out
Are
to
we
Vladimir?
are we allies at this point? I'm exhausted.
I would like to think so.
Please don't kill me again. That's all I'm asking.
Don't fuck with me.
I didn't. I was literally standing there.
So you are siblings that do not travel together regularly then? Because you seem to be close and travel together regularly.
The same person.
We
that
came from
made-
the same mother, but we are not related.
Except we have the same father. Sort of.
And we have the same father, but we're not related.
But you behave like siblings.
No, because my mother was not actually his mother, but my father is his father, but also not his father.
So like
But
half
I-
siblings.
Perfectly unclear.
It was a totally natural birth with all the vats and the other things that come with it. You know, the attendants and
I think
the...
that's what's happens
Oh, are
with
you
normal
talking about
birds.
the 7 umbilical cords from last night?
Yeah. Perfectly natural birth.
That's not normal.
What?
That's not normal, guys.
No, it's not.
So, I
Oh,
need you to
no,
think back
Threz,
about 25 years ago when
proficient in
I walked
medicine. Threz
in,
knows that's not normal.
Oh my god, that's gross.
That's a natural birth.
I prefer mine.
Right, you
less
remember
blood.
back to like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, and you're like, yeah.
I told him to remember back one
That
of my
seems
memories.
unsanitary.
Look at what my sister being born.
How do beings recreate that?
Zemdak,
I look further back.
can you please roll a Constitution saving?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about for what we were talking about.
How's his blood situation?
Yeah. That little.
It's only partially drained.
23. Okay, so you're going to take half of this 49 radiant damage. Whoa. So you take 24 points of radiant damage as a line of very concentrated sunlight from the dawn that is now coming through this area, now that you're having through this window, appears to be... There's no reason why the dawn and the sunlight should be coming through this window. Absolutely not. It's not. It's way too early. But there appears to be, kind of like when you have your phone and you see the reflection on the ceiling, you're like, what the fuck is that? The sunlight hitting your phone and then reflecting off. Something appears to be reflecting the sun into this chamber, and specifically onto you in a focused manner, and hurts you really hard.
Hop into whir and slam the lid shut.
Sure, you hop into word and you slam the lid shut.
What was that?
You see the little fairy of light move around and then disappear.
Can I cast Shatter on it before it disappears?
It's just it's like the reflection of light.
Oh, the
Just
reflection.
it's
not the
on
source.
wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, It's mathematics. Could we figure out the path in which it took to get?
Sure. Do you want to do advanced calculus in 3 seconds?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
You got it. Do it. Go ahead and roll intelligence.
If there's anybody who's going to do that, it's these two.
Yeah.
23.
I guess it's not calculus. It's more of
It's trig.
geometry.
It's trigonometry.
It's
Straight.
Yeah, trig.
23.
23. But then you also have to trig because you have to
It's
account
angles.
for the curvature of the planet. What'd you get?
23.
23. Pretty
I
fucking
gave her
good.
inspiration at an 8.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, you can if you like.
Why not?
Best option. would be to do that.
Jeez Louise. Okay, so that's
So for a
31.
dramatic pause,
31. You know it's coming from outside the window. You know it's coming from a situation that of some sort of stature that is higher than this actual tower in this where this window is set at this altitude. The only place that is higher than this tower is the top of the tower itself, as far as you understand it.
You just got hit by
Yeah, no,
You
well,
also see there is, as you look down first for a moment, there's a very quick passing shadow.
I will try to follow and go figure it out.
I
go
don't
look?
know what
I will try to
said.
go and follow and figure it out.
You're not going alone.
You want to go out the window and up, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Is it? Have we gone through an entire day? Like it is dawn, or was
You got
this
like,
conjured
this
sunlight?
is a lot of talk, a lot of people moving around. I'll say, yeah, you guys long rested, but you were nocturnal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were like moving through like the midnight of nocturnal. We're also in the spot of in this hemisphere, the days are longer and the nights are shorter because we're in the southern hemisphere rather than the northern hemisphere. The northern hemisphere is having the winter type of feeling.
I thought it was early evening when we started this talk, though.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
early evening of talking about this stuff. Shade
at the
looking
books.
for
Yeah.
Shade looking for Vlad. All these things moving around. But the time has
with
passed
a-
a lot
with a
faster.
31
You're
could
saying
I-
this didn't all take place in like 15 minutes?
No, almost like 8 hours of playing. Maybe it has something to do with 8 hours of game time too.
With a 31, can I
Sure.
know like the exact angle and spot of where it could be
It
coming
is
from?
coming from above a higher altitude than the tower.
I know. I'm saying like with that high of an intelligence
From-
check, can I be like, oh, that's clearly this angle in this
no more
spot?
than 20 feet from the tower. But you look and you know that there's nothing 20 feet from the tower that is higher than the tower. The tower is the highest thing, meaning there has to be something that is
Flying.
at the top, either flying or attached to the tower, tethered to the tower, perhaps. You saw a
Let's go up.
All right, who wants to come with me?
I'm coming.
Yeah. All right. Fly.
you cast fly.
Yeah.
You guys burst out the window, and you see attached to a large waist scarf to the needle of the top of this tower appears to be an individual in like monkish garb that appears to be swinging around and angling the light exactly at the moment when they get into the window to make sure that daylight is piercing through the area, and each time into the room, and each time they do it, the light becomes bigger and bigger as they get better at their trajectory. This person is extremely dexterous. A little bit of a more of a mocha skin tone, long braided hair that goes down into loops and loops and loops that appears to have a knife tied to the end of it, like almost like a short sword that's wrapped around them like you would an extension cord around your shoulder if you were carrying it. But appears to be wrapped around their shoulder and around their waist as they're using the shiny edge of the blade to reflect the light into the area. Whoever this person is, they know exactly who is in there as far as what they're weakened to, and they're doing a really good job at making sure that they can
Do as much damage
yeah.
as possible?
yeah. Monkish robes.
Yeah. Excuse me.
What type of monk
what?
robes? Can we tell?
Yeah.
History checks.
It's not just the window we were in. They are hitting multiple windows.
In the room that you are in currently, which are you in the room where Vlad met, or where Vlad sleeps?
sleeps with all the pillows and everything.
You took us into Vlad's
Yeah,
room.
wherever you want to meet. It's up to you.
But like they hit that room, hit me, but then were they also hitting other rooms?
They appear to, as they're moving around, every window in the tower, they're shining light through.
Oh. So it's more like a canvas. Like
they are trying to, they're trying to canvas the whole
clear
tower.
the whole thing.
They're basically like swinging around the
But-
tower and
And they're
Our
so
tower.
fast and dexterous at it.
But our tower specifically.
This tower specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, but in such a stealthy and dexterous way, and so silently that you're the only people that have noticed this so far, as they're reflecting the dawn of the sun into these areas.
Everybody else is like,
So kind of keep people surprised. Whoever this person is, they know what they're doing, and they are trying to catch people by surprise, especially people that have your demographic.
so they know that this building needs cleansing.
Perhaps.
I got
We
13.
Might have been set up.
Got a 24.
24. Yeah, that is Order of the Open Hoof, 100%.
Okay.
You're like, same colors, moving too fast. Yeah. Your neck is too stout and short.
Excuse me. What?
I'm gonna use my shield to reflect the dawn light at him
This is a woman.
or her
Yeah.
to get their attention.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check, I guess, because the dexterity.
Oh my
of your
god.
hand.
I can't find them. I rolled a 2, so that's a 3.
So you like pull out your shield and you're like, oh, and you drop your shield.
What? That
And-
thing's attached to me. There's no way I'm dropping it. But like,
You can like it'll
I'll
like
run and catch it then.
you
I'm flying.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, you can fly and drop down and catch it. And everything. But now they're the only one to deal with the situation. You see 24, 100%.
Excuse me. What are you doing? It's a little intrusive to be shining light at people at this time.
So it takes an action for you to get into your construct, right?
Yeah.
So you say that they look at you, notice you, kind of super. What is it? Fire Force anime style, turn around, Attack on Titan style, 3-dimensional gear. Grab you in like a headlock. Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. As you're diving down, be like, oh, let me get this shield real quick.
It's my magical shield.
Yeah.
12.
12. No fucking chance unless this person rolls. Yeah, not a chance.
Yeah.
Grabs this person a headlock. Continues to do this whole like gyroscopic spin around. They had this centripetal force where they had like a waist ribbon attached to the.
I'm still
the
flying though,
heel.
so I can actually control where I'm going, not through my movement,
You
but
can
through my mind.
But the G forces of what they have is stronger than your movement. You're technically restrained. You can, which makes your movement 0, but you can attempt to if you want to make like a strength saving throw or something like that. Absolutely. I know you're flying, so you do get to give yourself leverage. Absolutely.
that tracks. 5. So no.
5. So there you go. Like I think you're just like, oh fuck, and you're just clotheslined, and you don't know which way is up, so you don't know which way to give yourself leverage. As you get dragged right into this window that the rest of your companions are onto, get boom, actually just absolutely laid out onto the floor with a tricep on your throat. And this individual has their one leg bent, the other leg extended all the way, with a blade that appears to be now floating in the sky before they move really quickly and reflect the blade from their braid to give one more beam into you as the thing is closing on you. It won't give you any damage. It's just like, fuck that. I hate that. That sucks. I hate that feeling. It's more of just confirmation to them because they do it like real quick. They scan everybody else in like a fraction of a second. Whoever this person is, they are probably the most dexterous person you've ever met in your entire life. And they were able to, in bullet time, able to put sunlight onto every individual in this room and see you react to it in the split second before the thing closes and know that you are the person that they are after before the thing closes.
Yay.
The rest of you just see this very like mocha complexion, human individual with very, very long braided hair in loops that have a short sword tied to it that is has an extreme luster and shine to it.
How close did she come to us? Like 10 feet or something?
She's like in the middle of the room.
Is she within 10 feet?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. I will, as a reaction, cast Broken Charge, which means as she's coming at me, I direct her right into a wall.
Cool. Does she have to roll a save for that?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, successful wisdom save or take 2d4
Wisdom
damage.
save. Oh, she's good at those.
I will cast it. Oh, it doesn't matter for the level.
Yeah, I don't think it upcasts.
It does, but
So that's a 17 she got on her save.
okay. I don't think anything happens then. But I tried.
So
Your
you
turn.
like try to
Am I
redirect.
back yet?
You do feel like the force of it, and she does too. So she clocks you for like the fraction of a second before they focus on them. Anything else the rest of you are doing as this happens? Whoever this person is, you recognize both the Order of the Temple, like
Or the
for
open roof,
sure.
yeah.
You are very well aware. Even you, Zemdak, know as you see them in the last minute. You grok this says, look at that. As the thing closed, you know if somebody from the temple is being this aggressive, you're fucked. Like these people don't engage in aggressive stuff unless it's time to like really bring down the hammer. So that happens. Anything you guys are doing real quick?
Can you please let go of me?
Let her up.
Is
Did
that
I
a
fly
command?
back up? Am I in?
Yeah, you could be there if you want. If you can be like in the windowsill if you want.
Get up now.
It's like those narrow with a circle windowsills. You know, it's arrow slits with the circle. You can still get through. But, yeah.
Do I have time to cast another thing?
You
Or
can
not?
if you like. Anything you, Thraz, you were probably the
Oh,
fastest
that was a
person
reaction
in this,
anyway, so.
in this scenario because of your nature.
Okay, I will cast Break It Down.
Break it down, yeah.
Yep. So she makes a. I basically sing for how. I'm looking for the save on this one. Isn't holding anything. Yeah, where's the save? Dex save.
Dex
There.
save.
Oh no! Oh, that's for the creature that it might hit. Wisdom saving throw again. Damn it.
Wisdom. Really good. Same roll, 17.
Well, I tried. Your turn.
Hey, we're gonna calm down here. Does she let her up?
Okay, persuasion.
If she doesn't, I'm casting a spell.
And what are
Natural
you doing?
one.
Log, are you doing anything? Or are you just watching this?
I'm just hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That tracks.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what happens too.
Okay, cool.
But I will say I probably start to exert myself a little bit to.
You got it.
What does
yeah.
Shade do?
Shade stepped out for a moment.
Oh.
We're going to talk about what's happening.
I rolled a nat one.
Ooh. So, this individual completely ignores you and keeps this person pinned down.
I cast banishment.
You cast
Charisma save.
Well, hold on. You did your thing. You can do your
I
thing.
said one word, and she didn't move. If she
Yeah,
was making any
that was your
aggressive
thing.
action,
That was your thing.
I was going to
Very good.
banish her.
Yeah. You can do that. You can do that in a minute. But what this person is going to do once they're in there is going to trip up, try to do a tripping attack to Whir.
How many actions does this person get? They jumped from
especially since she's
outside,
holding-
did like 6 million things, and
She's a monk.
I
Fucking monk,
it
man.
doesn't. You can't.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
giving
wait,
her like
is she
7
considered grappled
turns to our
since
one.
She's grappling. In which case, she has to stop movement.
She's
or-
all. I would say like she was like restrained / grapple when she was in the air because leverage was weird. But now that she's on the
She
ground,
can't-
she's just knocked prone. She can still move if she
Oh
wants.
no!
to.
Doesn't she have her?
If y'all want to do stuff that's a reaction, that's fine. Basically, when you were in the
So you're
air,
saying
that was surprise.
Everything that has happened.
Everything
has
is
been
surprise.
One thing. She can do.
She's
10
got. So
million
I will.
actions in one
I
action.
promise you, I'm not fucking you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. There's
She
a.
can hit.
You've seen a Dorken and Rye fight, right?
Right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
think about the other side of it.
Can I do something?
Yeah, absolutely. If you have something that is a reaction in this moment,
No. All
This
I said
person
was,
is just going to use their movement. That's the only thing they haven't used yet. They've used their action.
Okay.
They used their bonus action. They're just going to use their movement. They're not trying to like do anything else.
Okay.
They're not trying to use any actions. They're just trying to get up to the point where they, because as part of their movement, with the open hoof, can knock somebody down. That's part of one of their abilities. As part of their movement, if they move 15 feet and end within somebody, they can knock somebody down. So they're trying to knock word down. So roll dex it's actually your choice between a strength and a dex save for word.
15.
15. That is just what you needed to save. So this person like tries to sweep the leg and is unable to. And that gets into this like very
Disappears.
super like
Yeah,
kind of monkish, very low stance, low center of gravity, fingers out. You've recognized this before. You've seen people show off from the temple before. If you all want to do anything, now's the time to do it. They it's definitely that scenario. I want to like give you the cinematics of when they sink down, their hair still stays like above where they are, so it's still kind of floating in the air. Slowed down where the curls and the braids and the spirals still stay in the air and the blade still stays in there, so their body is actually moving faster than gravity could affect their own physical person. Sure.
I have one of my curios on my list that
Sure.
might work in this situation.
Yeah, what you got?
I pull out the Chronofrost crystal and throw it right at their feet to shatter it.
Right, you're trying to slow them down.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll say that is not something that you're going to miss at. I'm just going to roll a dex save to see if they see it coming. Oh, that's really bad. They don't see it coming. They got a 2, and they have a massive boost for it. Yes, you're able to slow them down. I'll say that because of that, they are unable to channel their Morhi powers for this turn, which give them, bullet time effects. So you guys can take full turns if you want to do stuff.
Counterattacks. Throws out a punch.
Conk?
Were
Sure.
In spirit.
I'm sorry, I was being...
25 to hit.
That'll hit, yeah.
10 points of force damage.
Ooh, ouch. Like we're just... and pounds into this person. They take it like a champ. And they pull back. Yeah, that hurt. They're still there, though.
I'm going to banish him.
You're banishing? Cool.
No, you're fine. No, that's better than what I was
It's a
going to do.
19 on the die.
Okay.
Well, then I'm
Anybody
going
else?
to try. Yeah, I'm fly. So I fly out 60 feet outside, and then I say, no, you can't do this to my friends. And I vortex warp them
Outside?
outside onto the ground as far away as I possibly can
Why
at a
Was it
4th
round?
level. So
She's not mean.
What's this? It's a wisdom save?
it is a
Constitution save
yes.
for
Con save,
Vortex
please.
Warp.
Mhm.
Yep.
You're kidding me. That's a 2 on the die. You pull them out of the space. You getting the same, like, all of you are getting that same heart flutter of when Shade or Tiffany or any of the Durcannon show up. When this thing pops in, you're like, fucking fuck. And you just,
So they're 150 feet away because I upcast it.
cool. Do you want to put
On
them
the ground.
outside the walls?
Sure. Yeah, outside the walls, outside of like
You
they're
can put
on the
them outside
ground.
the walls in the sand if you want to.
Yeah.
You got it. You can put them
Yeah.
out. They just disappear.
We've got to go.
Yes.
Shade bursts through
Shit.
the door.
Nope. Hold on. That was a nat 1 on the.
Your event horizon?
Oh no, we only have 8 minutes.
We're going to get to that in a second.
Fun
Your event
times.
horizon, that's going to happen next time because Shade bursts through the door and he has heard everything that's going on here. Well, because she's blind, she knows what's going on. Runs to the window, looks out. You can read lips, right?
Yep.
And you're flying,
Yep.
floating there.
Yep.
So you're the only person that can see both people. This is perfect. You see Shade look out, even though she's blind, still see what's going on because of stuff and training and magic. She says, Mori. And then the other individual that was just transported into the sand turns around, and you see this whirlwind of sand before it stops, and the waist scarf fall beneath and around their feet in a perfect concentric circle as their hair is rolled back up on their sleeve, stares up, and you can read her lips, and it says, Dokkanen. And that's where we're going to end our session.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Wild shit. Cool. Thank you guys for sticking around. We'll see you next time. As always, we love you, and stay safe out there.
Bye.
Bye.